According to ESPN, the NBA has disclosed to its 30 GMs a singular anti-tanking reform that expands the draft lottery to 16 teams and penalizing the teams that finished with the 3 worst records in the league with fewer ping pong balls. We've got 3 Game 5s in the NBA tonight, starting with the 76ers in Boston. Tip off about 10 minutes from now. The Celtics have a 3-1 series lead. 8 p.m. Eastern time, the Hawks are in New York to take on the Knicks. The series is tied at 2 games apiece. And at 9:30 Eastern time, the Trailblazers are in San Antonio. The Spurs have a 3-1 series lead. The NCAA has initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments to 76 teams. In the NFL, the Ravens are signing undrafted quarterback Diego Pavia to a 3-year deal. And in Major League Baseball, the Phillies have fired manager Rob Thompson after a 9-19 start. I'm Brianna Muro.
Elijah, put the camera on me. Sweetie.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, dack, a ack.
Enter, brother.
Come on in. Pull up a chair, and guess what? With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
That's right.
Not 5.
Thank you, LeBron.
Not 6.
No matter
not 7.
how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now,
We'll do it live.
On YouTube.
Do it live.
That's right.
I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's
do
right.
it.
Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say it again, Alex.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
Say it again, Alex. There you go. And we are indeed the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. And that's why you'll need our phone number, because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet. At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that.
Only time it'll count, Rob. How you gonna count it when they sleep?
It can't count. Yes. Thank you.
I'm a fun guy.
You are fun, Ben. Is that Ben or is that Carl?
Obviously, I love the game of basketball.
I can't give you my...
I mean, it's just more question you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Yes. Thank you. Write it down, committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox for you laymen out there. 877-996-6369.
It's not trigonometry.
That's right. And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say back to you, tough, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
That's
what
right.
the damn do?
Thank you, DC. And with all that said, always remember...
Sweet oopity. Yeah.
Yay. That's right.
Yay.
Yes, let's welcome in. Let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is...
Kelvin
Washington.
Alex, hit me with, hello, darkness, my old friend. What's up, Rob?
I've been trying to tell you, you know. I know.
They replaced me with the crying Jordan.
You sure?
Wow.
I'm all right, Rob. It's Trash Talking Tuesday. Oh, we got some trashing to do. That's for sure. But I'm all right for now.
I know. Last night, could you sleep last night?
Huh? Yeah, it was easy to sleep. I knocked myself out, Rob. I hit myself in the head, and I passed out.
Alex,
And I found a community of sad fans as well on Threads. So shout out to my sad community.
And
they
now
call them threads.
Now
not
you
friends,
know
they're called
why
threads.
he didn't want to bet me because I would have another pair of Jordans. I know that the Pistons haven't been officially knocked out yet, but I knew that they were never getting to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hey. Save all that for when we get started, okay?
Yeah, we will get there.
But other than that, I'm good. Ready to rock and roll. What's up with you, brother?
All good. All good. One more day for school other than my final, and classes are over at USC for
What did they
semester.
learn today?
Today I was in the newsroom. So tomorrow we'll do our last student-run television sports show. We'll do that.
Nice.
And that'll be a wrap. All right. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel. That's right. Watch us live on YouTube. You could be doing it right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up icon. You can hit that. Comment away. All that stuff. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. So we'll get into a lot of stuff. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew because we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Alex, with a little color and from the sun.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
That's right. He's our engineer.
Hiked a mountain yesterday, Rob.
Wow.
Let me
10
see.
miles.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah,
did
for a
too
minute.
at one point when I was in high school, but then she broke up with me. But that's another story.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You already got a little tan. You almost look like Alexante or something.
I'll go by that.
Yeah.
Like you looking a little biracial.
Like I said.
But he's from, your family's from
Macedonia.
Macedonia, so they got a little brown
Okay, yeah,
skin.
he got
It's
a
true.
okay,
Right?
I like it. Got a
It's
little
true.
color.
I'm just trying to make it on MLB Bro.
I don't know about
well,
that.
you should be there by now.
Well, you know, I told you could be the Jackie Robinson of MLB.
I'd love
bro.
to.
Oh,
All
that's
right.
crazy.
Shay is our producer.
I always forget about that.
Wow. And
How you gonna forget about your own job?
I know. I was like big on that too, and I really wanted it made,
yeah.
and then I forgot about it.
And if it's Bree, it's for me.
It's for we.
If it's Bree, it's for we. We'll do it we.
Yeah, we'll go
Bree
we.
is at the anchor desk. She'll keep us updated throughout the program.
Never heard of them.
And of course,
Never heard of them.
it is
Who?
Elijah,
Who
our
is it?
social media guru. And we do want to stop the show real quick
What now?
and pass out our condolences
Oh shoot.
to
Man.
Rob G and his family, who's not
Yeah.
going to be here. So we're going to pass out condolences. And
That-
our
yeah.
love and prayers are with Rob
For
G.
sure.
That's it.
All jokes aside.
Okay.
Shout out to brother Rob G's family, sending them lots of love, prayers up for them in this tough time. For
No
real.
doubt. All right. So we're going to do that. All right. We got a lot to get to. There's a lot of breaking news today on this Trash Talking
Man,
Tuesday. but we need to get here and get started with the Pistons. And you know this, Kelvin, because I've been saying it all year. And you know I'm not front running or whatever, right? I kept questioning, especially when I talked about the shooting, the 3-point shooting. Am I right? Was I not beating that drum that I kept saying? I don't care what NBA expert came on this show. I said I don't think they have enough shooting. Like they don't have enough. And if Cade isn't going off, like where are you getting it from? And he had a bad night. My God, like 23 turnovers in the last 3 games. Pillsbury on line 1. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
Duran, I mean, and he got dunked on, which was what a poster that was.
Hey, yo,
Am I right?
He postered is an understatement. I think that was the moment. Like that sealed the fate right there. Like, he stole all the mojo out of Detroit with that dunk.
And what's crazy, if you watch that, who was that? Kane, right?
Kane, yeah, it was. He did him like Kane killed Abel.
But Kane was looking to pass the ball originally, and somebody jumped in where he was going to pass the ball off. He wasn't even, and then just decided, okay, I'll hold on to it. And I'll just dribble down, and it opened up like the Red Sea. And he just said, okay, I'm going to just go for it. And what a dunk that was. And that
Look
was
how biblical we got. The Red Sea, Kane killed Abel.
It was biblical. But here's my point, and I'm not going to belabor it. I told you the Detroit Pistons were frauds, and I was right again. I told you before the show that they're the Detroit Lions 2.0, and the Pistons lived up to the billing. They went to Final 5-24 without a field goal in a game to save their season. It was on the table. They weren't getting blown out. They could have won that game, and then, you know what I mean, tied up the series, went back to Detroit and won this thing. And this is a number 1 seed, and they really haven't, other than the second half, Kelvin, of Game 2, where they won a defensive blitzkrieg, they really haven't played up to snuff, up to par. It has been a struggle the whole way, and it ain't like the Magic did something great offensively either. They scuffled. They shot 32% and still won. Because the Pistons turned the ball over to me 20 times. You can't win a playoff game. But I'm telling you, if this is not a wake-up call for people about the regular season being one thing and the playoffs being something else. The Pistons loaded up. They won 60 games. They were playing hard every night where other teams were taking nights off, Kelvin. They were piling up those wins against all these teams that were tanking. We already know the NBA is going to put this new system in place about tanking. We'll get to that. Yeah. There's a lot of other stuff we're going to get to. But this going into the NBA playoffs tonight, this was embarrassing for the Pistons, and I don't know what else to say other than use the F word. I have to use the F word. They're frauds. They're not a number 1 seed. They're a fraud franchise, and I'm not surprised where they are when you really look at it. To me, other than Cade, it's not even close. I think that the Magic had way more talent than the Pistons do.
Oh, they have more players for sure. Elijah, put the Jordan back on me. You're turning the ball over, and the reason you're turning the ball over so much, Cade Cunningham, is because you're having to do it all. And one of the things that disappoint me, similarly to how I'm disappointed with the Houston Rockets, you heard me talk about it, we talked about it, they knew they didn't have Fred VanVleet, and they knew they didn't have shooting, and they didn't address it essentially all year long. And you screamed that the Pistons didn't have shooting. I did nothing but agree because that was the one issue they had. And they did nothing all season long. And during the last little bit of the season, people are like, why don't they go get somebody? Where's Malik Beasley? Why don't they get a shooter? And they addressed none of the issues, thinking maybe they could tough their way through the playoffs. And we know the playoffs expose you. The playoffs expose your weaknesses, they expose your flaws, and they expose the holes in your team. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And I'm sick. That's why I got the Jordan face on me. I've been hoodwinked, led astray, run amok. I'm so disappointed again in the effort and the fact that you just mentioned you couldn't score in 5 minutes.
5 minutes and 24 seconds. They got like a putback at the end or whatever, but they went scoreless for that much time.
And the only thing I'll say why I don't agree with your Lions take is because basketball, and I get your sentiment, but
my only thing with the Lions, and I'm just going to make it clear, they both were number 1 seeds, and you know what I mean, in their conference, their division, and people in their conference, and people thought that they had they're doing something.
This is where I disagree. The Pistons were ahead of schedule. The Lions were supposed to win.
So now they're ahead of schedule because they lost. Is that what they are or no?
No, they're ahead of schedule. We talked about this months ago. Nobody expected them to win, be the number 1 team in the East. That wasn't a.
Yeah, but they won all those games. So now, what were your expectations?
No. They're not supposed to lose this, Rob. I'm not excusing that.
Okay. That's what I don't want. I don't want to hear no excuses.
No. What I'm saying is, even if they, let's say they won this and they lost to the Knicks, they're ahead of schedule as far as the.
But if they lost to the Knicks, I think people would be upset because they think they own the Knicks. They blew the Knicks out all year. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would have been upset, but I think a lot of people, 10 analysts on TV would pick, probably 7 would pick, 6 would pick the Knicks. So what I'm just saying is the Lions, Super Bowl, you have a chance to get there. They had there against the 49ers, and obviously the year you're referencing when they thought they were going to beat the Commanders. That is detrimental. Whereas the Pistons, the way the NBA goes, you can say you're heading towards something. In football, you get that crack at it like that, and you don't do it, you may never get a chance again, the Lions in the NFC Championship game. The one saving grace that they have is that Jalen Duren has exposed himself as still good, but ways to go, that he just gave himself a massive haircut, and they're going to get him for a discount. He was up for an extension. They're going to be able to take care of him. 20-10, an all-star, right? If you're his agent, you're coming to the window saying, hey, y'all got to cash us out. Now, I think you're going to get him for a nice discount.
I disagree. I don't think I wouldn't take a haircut. I would.
Well, let me rephrase that. If you're coming back, If somebody throws them a bag,
I'm just saying, if I'm them, I would dare them to let me go talk to somebody else. Somebody will pay that kid. I'm telling you.
I don't disagree, but it doesn't have to be me. That's a bar. Because, again, you can't be getting
But you're not getting him for a discount. His agent won't do that. There's too many other teams that need players.
And then, dang it, well, that just frees up some money to go see something what else is out there. I like him, want him back, but I'm not paying him some max type of money or near that. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So they put themselves, and that's why I said, so there's only one silver lining is that. And the only other silver lining was yesterday was the whatever anniversary of when Tracy McGrady said it's good to move on when they were up 3-1 against them back in 2002.
You living off of that?
And yeah, I'm living off of that. You better give me some hope. Dang it, Alex, where's my keep hope alive?
Okay.
And that just the anniversary from that, Rob, that maybe just maybe.
I was there.
I know you were there. T-Mac, it feels good to be moving on. We moving on. Well, dang it, Robert. Why can't it happen again, okay? Keep hope alive.
Because nothing you've seen for 3.5 games will tell you that there's something different going on. And if you
Only
look
the
at
fact is
and if
that
you
the
look
Magic
at Cade,
haven't been spectacular either.
Yeah, but they get wins. And the thing is,
I'm not arguing with that.
And the thing is, Cade looks run down. I don't. If you look at him,
it's all on him.
Okay, and that's what I'm saying,
Rob. They didn't address that. That's one of the things
He looks run down.
Address it. Houston and the Pistons, two teams that have good teams to great teams, didn't address those holes, knowing, as you mentioned, going in the postseason is when things bunker down, they get tighter, you get exposed, and they didn't go out and improve. And I'm sick. Put the Jordan face on me again, Elijah.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Where are you on the Pistons? Are they frauds, or this was just a hiccup, or they just too young, or they weren't ready for the top spot and you're not worried long term, or are they frauds? Where are you? Because I think they're frauds. I've been saying it all year.
I'm not worried long term.
I didn't buy into it. 877-99 on Fox. It is the Odd Couple on the Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do.
What's that?
Stick and stay.
Unless you're a hopeless fan like Kelvin and Detroit basketball in the US of A.
Whatever.
Yes, sir. LeBron James making his, 23rd playoff appearance coming up on Saturday night against Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. Shorthanded Lakers against Houston. Nobody's expecting the Lakers to win that series. And as a result, The Athletic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that?
The Athletic did a long-form piece on Friday that discussed, what's next for LeBron if and when the season ends in the next couple of weeks here. And in it, Dan Wojcicki and Sam Amick, both very reputable reporters, said that people close to LeBron and LeBron himself still maintain even now that they're not sure if he's going to retire this season. And on top of that, if he does decide to come back next season, you still won't know whether or not it's going to be his last year because he has no interest in a farewell tour.
I just can't believe that. That would be so unlike. It would be changing everything that this guy has done. From the press conference, I'm taking my talents to South Beach, to the chosen one on his back. Just everything is out loud. Everything. He has a patch on his – he's the only one with a patch, right, on his uniform about his 22nd season in the big – so now all of a sudden he's going to go out with a whimper and it's not going to be a big deal and he's not going to want a coronation or acknowledgement of what he was able to do and try to solidify in some people's mind, the young people who never saw Michael Jordan, that he's the greatest. Like, I just don't believe that he's going to go out in that fashion. It's hard for me to buy into that. It just is. Because if that was the case, there would be no patch on his uniform right now. There just wouldn't be.
Well, I don't know. We talk about the patch. I still don't. Adam Silver just wanted to honor him and give it to him. I don't quite know what that was. I agree with you.
He could have said, no, what is this? If it's for everybody, who's ever seen a patch for one player? I've never seen that.
I'm agreeing with you. I don't recall. Maybe
Ever.
There's something I'm missing. There's some history maybe. But here's where I totally get your sentiment. It makes sense. LeBron, listen, don't nobody love LeBron like LeBron love LeBron. I'm totally with you on that. The only difference I'll have if I have to, something changed over the last year or so, and we've talked about it, where it seems like clearly not everyone's a fan of, right? Not everybody loves him. That's just life in general. Not everybody's going to love you. But it does seem like the narrative kind of changed, right? Like as if the league or parts of it, especially before the Lakers really went on their run, were over him, right? It felt like maybe there was something too where they were like kind of over him and tired of the shenanigans, tired of the, like you mentioned, the patch, tired of these things. And I think there could be a part of him, Rob, where because it's not going to be 100% of everybody being like, oh my gosh, LeBron, farewell, we're going to miss you. And I think he knows that. And I think there might be a smattering of boos or go away. It's been 23 and next year will be 23, 24 years. I think he actually would not do it because it would not be 100% in support of him. You get what I'm saying? Like when Jordan retired, the entire league, everywhere you go, they honored him. It was a big deal. Even Kareem, you had other teams giving him gifts. I think just the way it is now, LeBron maybe stayed as welcome, past as welcome for some players, some fans, some teams, some organizations. I just don't think it would be all cheers at everywhere. And I think LeBron wouldn't want those optics of it not being 100% flattery everywhere I go. So I think there's a chance he'd rather just say, forget it.
See, I can't see that. I hear your point, and that's obvious. But everybody shouldn't love him. It doesn't work like that. There were teams that he beat. There are other situations and circumstances. He left Miami. He left Cleveland, went back like that. Like, I get that. The 25 straight points against Detroit. But that's about being a great player, and that everybody's not going to love you at all times. But you did your thing. And even I'm just saying from this standpoint that he believes and has said that he's the GOAT and has all these fans. It would be a slap in the face to his fans to bow out like that because you don't want to hear a handful of people booing you or not being all in. What about the cheers? You can't tell me that they're not. There are a lot of people who just grew up with LeBron who are on the LeBron. They're LeBron minions. So you're going to discount them because 30% of the audience isn't down with your farewell?
Can I give you an example?
Because you're never going to get a 100%.
But Michael Jordan did, right? And Larry Bird, guys who kind of we knew it was their end, did. And I think it was a different era where, this being a New Yorker, we can scream, hate, shoot, but man, daggone it, we're going to show love and respect. And Madison Square Garden is one of the greatest places at that. They will boo you the whole night if you're a Knicks fan. And if you just had one of those nights where LeBron dropped 60, Kobe dropped 60, Steph Curry, I think, hit for 60 before. Like all these guys at Jordan, double nickel his first year back. That same Knicks fan base will actually applaud you. Sports Radio. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday, which will be coming up next hour. Looking forward to that. Plus, coming up in about 5 minutes or so, Ephraim Salam's going to join us as usual. Facing production swings or a tough skills gap, Workforce Solutions from Express Employment Professionals make hiring easier. Find your local office and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster. Visit expresspros.com today. All right, Rob, 877-99 on Fox. Frauds. Are the Pistons just early, year or two advanced? Are you disappointed? Or you say it's all right, they'll bounce back next year? What do you say? They're still in this thing, too. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right. Dan in Kansas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dan? How are you?
I'm doing good, Rob. And Kelvin, how you doing? I called. Remember, you were right about the Chiefs. I was wrong, so that's okay. Yeah, I like to tell you.
At least you said that. At least you admitted I was right about it. That's okay. All good.
Hey,
okay.
I told you after the Super Bowl, don't nobody want to hear about it no more, Rob.
Okay. All right.
Nobody got time for that.
All right, Dan, what you got?
Yeah, I think the Celtics are going to win it all. And, yeah, the Pistons are struggling. They'll win Game 5, but I'm not so sure about Game 6. And what do you think about Mike Brown? Is he under a lot? They're saying he's under a lot of pressure. What do you think? He's got to get the Knicks to the finals?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
we already know. Mike Brown's under pressure. A lot of things are under pressure. You know that. It's the playoffs, so people got to win. If not, there's going to be some hell to pay. Tony.
Pistons, they got to win Game 5. To his point, they got to win 5. Take 6, 7 at home. You got the best player between the teams, and you got to hope something can happen. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, Tony in D.C., you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tony?
Isaiah Thomas always whining about Jordan, or Kelvin in the Motor City whining about what's wrong with our Pistons. It's called playoff basketball, Kelvin, okay? And when teams have time to prepare for you, they're going to cut. So they know Cade Cunningham's going to get his. But Duran and Robinson, who I forgot was on the team last night, no, you're not going to contribute. And after Cade Cunningham, the Magic really have the better players with Banchero,
I don't disagree.
Wagner, Bain, okay?
And Wagner didn't even play in the fourth quarter or whatever.
One more thing, Rob.
Yep.
Rob, one more thing. This Magic team, you got to realize most of these guys were injured all year.
I know.
If they're healthy for a year, they're a 55-plus win team, I think. This isn't your average AC.
Oh, I agree, and that's the challenge with this.
I agree.
29-30, but that's it. Nobody else is getting it. Oh, poor Detroit.
Wowsy, woo.
Who was that? Tony?
Wowsy,
Tony?
Woo. Yes.
Dang it, I want you to call back in. Call back in on Thursday when they win Game 5.
Okay, here we go. All right.
And then I'll see you go Game 6.
Kevin Durant just made a burner account. He loves the Motor City.
Very nice.
Hey, come on, KD. I ain't giving up nothing for you, though, but you can come on over.
Hey, how about G in Detroit? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, G?
G sharing my pain.
What's up, Rob? What's up, Calvin?
How you?
What up?
I'm doing good. First of all, Calvin, I don't share your pain because it's been clear all year that the Pistons, they had no three-point shooting.
Yep.
That they needed a second score. And every time you said that, everybody from here took it as you hating on the Pistons.
Yep.
You disrespecting the Pistons. It was clear all year. So I really don't see how this is. I ain't saying I expect them to be down 3-1.
Right.
But this shouldn't be a surprise. And people act
Hey,
like
G, let me ask you this, G. G, let me ask you, why do you think, because I agree, I think it was no secret they weren't shooting the 3. I don't think anybody's like, what? They didn't shoot the 3 all season. Why do you think they never addressed it is what I don't get. And the same thing with Houston. You know you have a quality team that could contend. Why did these teams not address that? Some of these other teams address their holes is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. I don't know.
You know what? I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. And then I got one last thing. We got to go. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I really didn't understand it because, I got a group chat with my friends. They all Piston fans and all that. And they was swearing up and down, oh, don't trade Holland. Don't trade Thompson. Don't do this. I'm like, who y'all think these players are? Like, they're not Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Like, these are pieces that can get traded for something better.
Right.
But
thanks, G.
They overrate these little pieces.
Appreciate it. And then all the people, you remember, you could go read it. People from Detroit, thanks for the call.
Appreciate it.
Were like, they're being disrespected because a lot of national people didn't pick the Pistons. You know that. We had people on here who like, they had a good season.
Look, I'm not going to lie. The flaws were there.
Yeah, and a lot of people nationally didn't pick them. Mm-hmm. And they were like, oh, I never saw a team with 60 wins, number one seed, be disrespected. Like, that's what people were saying.
Of course they're going to feel that way. This is what I wanted to show you right here. This is the Pistons, the regular season, 60 games, Rob, MVP candidate and Cade. Doing their thing. Duran is a one-time, first-time All-Star. Dang it, they are flexes Michael Jackson on the right side of your screen in the playoffs. And I'm sick.
That works good for radio, I'm sure, right? People are trying to.
We on YouTube.
Okay.
Folks, look it up on YouTube.
Elijah, you don't have to work this hard. I'm just saying, Elijah.
I've let HRU.
Elijah, you don't have to work this hard. I'm sorry.
HRU, Elijah. No, but yeah, Game 5, we'll see what happens there.
I don't know. We'll see. Yes,
they'll win that.
We'll see. Are you sure? I thought you were sure they're going to win last night.
No, I'm sure they'll win Game 5.
We'll see. And everybody
don't ask me about 6 and 7 right now. Ask me about 5.
After they lost Game 1, they'll be fine. I wish I could have $1 for everybody who said.
You heard me say I was concerned.
But
don't do that.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, they'll be fine." I just heard a lot of people, "Oh, they'll be fine."
You heard me say I was concerned.
All right.
All right, Ephraim on the way. The worst thing that happened to him was the Magic got healthy right as the playoffs started. Ephraim on the way, and of course, Shekel City and your Tyrek play of the day right now. If it's Bree, it's for we. What's your update? It's the sweet one.
What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday.
Yes, a trash talking Tuesday.
It is a trash talking. Oh, I have a lot to say, but I'm going to just hold it in and it's fine. I shouldn't trash talk anybody. I wanted to wear my son's sweatshirt today. And I was going to trash talk. I was telling Rob I was going to do that because, they lost to the Thunder. So, Kelvin, I'm crying already, so we can cry together. Okay?
Well, you're going to really be sad when Devin Booker goes back home to Michigan.
Okay, I'm over this conversation. All right, guys. The NBA playoffs right now, it's a Game 5 between the 76ers and Celtics tied at 19 apiece. A minute and a half left to go in the first quarter. 8 p.m. Eastern time, the Hawks will take on the Knicks. The series is tied at 2 games apiece. And at 9:30 Eastern time, the Trailblazers will take on the Spurs. San Antonio looking to close them out. And according to ESPN, the NBA has disclosed to its 30 GMs a singular anti-tanking reform that expands the draft lottery to 16 teams and penalizing the teams that finish with the 3 worst records in the league with fewer ping pong balls. In the NCAA, they have initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments to 76 teams. And in the NFL, the Ravens are signing undrafted quarterback Diego Pavich to a 3-year deal. Major League Baseball, the Phillies have fired manager Rob Thompson after a 9-19 start, which is tied with the Mets for the worst record in baseball. Don Mattingly has taken over as interim manager for the rest of the season. And right now, the Reds have a 3-1 lead over the Rockies, bottom of the 3rd inning. Cardinals shutting out the Pirates 3-0, top of the 4th inning. And the Orioles have a 2-0 lead over the Astros, top of the 4th inning. Back to you guys.
All right, Bree, thank you. It's the odd couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. We got your Shekel City. We got your Tyrek play of the day coming up in just a little bit. But right now, we're joined by our man, Ephraim Salam, former NFL offensive lineman. Fox Sports Radio Weekends, Ephraim Salam. You can give him a follow there. E, what's up, bro?
What's happening, brothers? How y'all doing?
Doing good. You know basketball. Playoffs expose your weaknesses. Pistons getting exposed right now.
Yeah, how shocked are you?
Yeah, how shocked are you right now, down 3-1 to the Orlando Magic?
I'm shocked. The thing that Pistons have played with all year is grit, right? Grit and toughness. It's kind of the Motor City way, right? Detroit basketball, that whole 9 yards. And you saw that throughout the year. Yes, they were limited in terms of their volume of three-point shooting, but they made up for it with rebounding, being tough inside, not allowing teams to get second shots. I'm waiting for their all defensive, team, all first team player, their center Durant to show up. I don't know what's going on with him. He's had a sensational year. He's been super athletic, and it's like he's been neutralized in the playoffs. And he's a young player, but this is when you show who you are. Most people didn't watch Detroit basketball if it wasn't, regional or something like that. They're still a regional team. Sorry about that, Kelvin.
Okay. I deal with truth. You're right.
But for the masses, this is where you show up and show out, and we're just not getting it from them.
No doubt about it. Hey, let's go to the NFL and the Ravens today. Diego Pavia, who, of course, was the runner-up from the Heisman Trophy from Vanderbilt, and he went undrafted. Were you surprised by that? From the first runner-up in the Heisman, who had not been drafted since 2014. We know he's a small guy, so his height didn't help him. But those antics as well, I think, also turned some people off.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to be undersized. You're not going to have any. You can't have any negative things physically about you to go with your negative demeanor and the things that you've done. Like, two negatives do not make a positive in this situation. And so, if you're undersized, but you're a Heisman finalist and you've led your team to this and you're tremendous off the field and in the community and all of that, your teams will take a flyer on you like Kyler Murray or like a Bryce Hall, or not a Bryce Hall, but
Bryce Young?
The kid Bryce Young. Being that short and that stature, but his attitude, his demeanor, the tweet he sent out after he didn't win the Heisman.
Right.
F the voter, all the voters with a thumbs down. Hey, bro, look, right now he's got humbled. I saw him on John Gruden's, the quarterback show that he does, and he was like, yeah, I don't have no agent. I don't want nobody taking my money and all that. You're not about to get me. I said, all right, well, the thing he didn't realize was the person who's making calls on your behalf later in the draft, around 5th, 6th, 7th round, is your agent. He's reaching out to teams, letting them know you're available, you're excited to be a part of it. And then when it gets to mid to late 7th round, he's calling teams, letting them know, look, you didn't draft him, but he's hungry. He's willing to come in and prove to you as a free agent. That's why it took so long for him to sign on as a free agent. And look, the bottom line is, I don't think anybody would have done it if Baltimore didn't do it. They took a flyer on the kid.
Right.
I don't like his attitude. He wasn't good enough. But not only his attitude, his family's attitude. I don't like that whole approach they've had to his career so far. It only gets worse when you get into the league.
See, I agree with that. It's okay to be confident, and I get it. Everybody's doubted you your whole life. But to be nasty and all that kind of stuff, Ephraim, is somebody I just would rather not. Do you know what I just would rather not.
Nobody has time for that. Nobody ain't no time. Look, these GMs and everybody's fighting for their jobs. The last thing you want is a problem in the locker room.
Especially if he's not 6'5", 240 like a big Cam Newton. Something where it's like, I don't give a dang what he doing. We getting him. You can't be acting like that if that's you're the guy.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Fernando Mendoza has done everything perfect. Not only that, he's had a perfect season and won the national championship and won the Heisman. And although he went in with the first pick in the draft, people were like, yeah, he may not be the one.
Yeah, that's 100%. 100%.
So he's done everything perfect, and there's still negativity about him. Imagine you not having his measurables and his accomplishments and a negative attitude. You don't stand a shot.
Right. Ephraim Salam with the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. I want to go to Ty Simpson. The Rams pick him up earlier than expected. They get him with the 13th pick. And now the report is that Sean McVay was in. He had a conversation with him. He already knew. His body language the day of looked like
I don't buy that. I don't buy that. I mean, they're all making nice now, but you watched him in that press conference.
Ephraim. He didn't look like he was excited. No. He didn't sound like he was excited the way he was handling it.
And the first thing they asked him, he was like, "Oh, this is Matthew Stafford's team." First thing out of his mouth. That's like,
and he can fight for the backup spot with Stetson. So where do you come out on this?
Look, I'm both ways. I feel like the Rams were playing chess and we were expecting checkers with that 13th pick. I think everybody knows the reigning MVP and Matthew Stafford is going to have a job with the Rams as long as he wants to play. If he wants to play 2 more years, he'll be the starting quarterback in L.A. for 2 more years. So I don't think that's in question. I think this is a perfect situation, not only for the Rams organization, but for Ty Simpson, who's had limited starts, I believe 15 starts in college, I think this is the perfect situation for him because not only does he have no pressure on him to come in and play, he gets to sit behind an MVP who's not worried about his position being taken or competing, and he gets to learn. Guys are more willing to help out and tutor and teach younger players when there is no, there is no competition. There is no chance for that young player to supersede them on the depth chart. And I think this is one of those situations. Best thing for Ty Simpson, don't sniff the field for at least 2 years, and he can hit the ground running like so many dynamic quarterbacks have done in the past when they've had to sit out and learn behind somebody great.
All right, we'll see if that's the game plan. That's what I thought it was, too, the uncertainty. Will Matthew Stafford retire? Will Sean McVay retire? Well, you never know because they both have flirted with that idea.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys are watching. Are you guys watching this Philadelphia game, Celtics game?
In and
I
out.
got it on.
My laptop here.
I tell you what.
28-23 Boston.
Yeah. The Philadelphia 76ers are a better team with Joel Embiid not playing.
That's crazy.
No, they are. No, that's true.
It's ridiculous. What he's doing, I mean, this man, there's nobody on the court that can guard him, but he refuses to go to the post. He refuses to set a screen and roll to the basket, and he's 0 for 5 from three-pointers, from three-point land, and it's blowing my mind. I would just sit him out. I'd be like, "Nah, we good, man. All right, we gonna
not paying him $80 million. I hear you though.
They do play better. There's a freer ball movement, and there's a less strain on him. Hey, E, we appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
We'll do it again next week.
Okay, absolutely.
All right, Shekel City Tire Rack Play of the Day on the way. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Diego Pavia. Mm-hmm. I have nothing personally against him, but I was glad that he didn't get drafted. I'm dead serious because his behavior towards the game and the way he responded and acted shouldn't be rewarded. And people need to remember when you're a star and a stud and a can't miss, Kelvin, you could get away with a lot. But when you're an undersized quarterback and his actions about F the voters when he finished second in the Heisman Trophy winning, Heisman Trophy contest. Think about this. There was no reason to act the way that he did. Right?
Yep.
People remember that stuff. They really do. And I'm going to tell you, how you act does factor in. And I think if you're in the NFL, and I'm not kidding myself, him being undersized does not help. But he was the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy because he played so well at Vanderbilt. So he was in the mix because he did play well. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from him. Did he play well? He played well. But Kelvin, when you act like a bad boy, people are going to go like, do I really want that noise? To me, for somebody not to even give him a draft him through all the rounds of the NFL draft, and you said it, the magic number had not happened since 2014. So if you were a finalist in the Heisman, you got drafted. You did get drafted. Hasn't happened since 2014. And I think he hurt himself immensely. People should have to deal with repercussions. when they act badly, poorly, disrespectfully. I really believe that. And I think, he can go and act like nothing happened and go to the Ravens, put the uniform on and say, I'm going to work my way, whatever. He didn't have to do that. If he just acted right, not extra, not, being something that he's not or whatever, and being cocky on the field and confident, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
His actions off the field, what turned a lot of people off to say, why would I bring in an undersized quarterback with all of this stuff going on? It doesn't make sense. So how you act and how you respond matters, Kelvin.
Let me tell you what it's called, Rob. It's called reading the room. You got to read the room. When you come with baggage, I'm not even talking about the physical attributes yet. Let's get there in a second.
But that's there.
Oh,
it's
I'm
out
going to get
there.
there.
Right. Go
But
ahead.
when you come with the Heisman backlash, right? F the voters, family for life. Okay, dude, immediately, not like 10 years later, he's like, this is how I felt in a book or something. All right, we can understand that. You put it on your gram. That shows immaturity for the position where they don't want to tolerate immaturity. The quarterback, the leader of a franchise. When you have a logo back when he was at New Mexico State, and the video showed that it was him, doing that on the logo from an indoor practice facility, doing that. You keep showing immature actions from, again, a position in which they don't want to tolerate that. And also, you talk about, let's get into the physical attributes. You can't be 5'10". They're looking at Doug Flutie's and a Drew Breeses and a Russell Wilson's as anomalies. Those guys are anomalies. Rest of them, they don't want you that short.
Drew Brees didn't get drafted. What was
right.
he?
He was
the last pick of the first round?
Yeah, second round.
Or
second
first
round.
pick.
But he was that guy.
Yep.
And so, again, you can't be 5'10", and also you can't be 24, which for me, we know with quarterbacks, by about year 2, 3, you're out of there, right? And so you're 24, 5'10", with a bunch of baggage. That's not what you need. And that's where, to me, it comes with self-awareness and reading the room. Rob, someone's supposed to be in his ear. Hey, bro, you're not him. You're not Arch Manning.
What do you think, right?
You're not Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, these guys that they're going to be like, hey, you number 1 pick or top 5, top 10 at max.
I don't care what you say.
I don't care what you say. We will find an excuse for, hey, we were all once young and dumb. We all made mistakes. And listen, young folk, listen to me. It's not right. I admit it, but it's life. When you're uber talented, your leash is a little bit longer. You get a little bit more slack. People are willing to put up with more. When you come with baggage, you're 5'10", you're 24, and they don't view you as that great, that leash is this short. Anger. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Big shout out to Ephraim Salam. Just joined us as always on a Trash Talking Tuesday, which will be coming up in about an hour from now. Looking forward to see what you guys are cooking up, what you'll be trashing, who you'll be trashing as well. Still a lot going on in the show. Next hour, Anthony Gargano is going to join us, host of Love Philly on PHLY Sports, Philly Sports, and Fox Sports Radio Weekend host as well. So we got a lot to get to here on this Trash Talking Tuesday. Right now, it is time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
How'd you do?
Like a broken record. 2-1. There you go. 2-1. 119 and 87. 32 games over 500. How's that? That's not bad. Not shabby.
You're beyond. I told you, put some money on it now.
There you go. All right.
Go ahead.
Tonight, I got my best bet. I'm taking the Knicks minus 6.5 at Madison Square Garden, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. I got the Yankees minus 1.5 runs. They're in Arlington taking on the Rangers. They won last night. What was that, 4-2?
Yankees.
You never take the Yankees.
I know, just once in a while. Never.
Alex, has he ever gone the opposite way?
Yes, I have.
No way.
No way. No how. Thank you, my brother, Alex.
All right, and I got the Spurs minus 11.5
Gee.
Hosting the Timberwolves. I know. I mean, hosting the Trailblazers. So here we go again. I got the Spurs minus 11.5.
Okay.
The Knicks minus 6.5, which is my best bet. And the Yankees minus 1.5 runs. And remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
All right, there you have it. The Yankees win. Hey, Alex, Shay, I think the only time we would see him blush is if Aaron Judge walked in that studio right now.
Oh, God. What are you talking about? I don't talk to Aaron Judge.
That don't mean you don't love him. I love talking to people that certain people love you. Like, oh, shoot, it's you.
Kelvin, it's either that or...
If Denzel Washington walked in my house, I'm like, cousin, uncle.
Shay, what are you throwing in here? Let me hear this.
I said, Kelvin, it's either that or Candy from Magic City.
Oh, God.
Yeah, well, he's already geared. He ain't, hey, Cinnamon, by the way, get it right. He ain't losing weight. Shay, he ain't losing weight for no reason.
He's lifting weights now.
Rob, I better not see you go viral for doing push-ups in the middle of Magic City, Florida.
He's up on
Alex,
stage.
he better not be down there doing push-ups.
Oh, Rob will be.
Hey, Cinnamon gonna be like, oh my gosh, I ain't seen you in so long.
Cinnamon, come here. We're gonna do the challenge again. Let me get a mouthful.
I'm gonna be like, get on my back, Cinnamon.
Sit on my back.
And then I'm gonna do that.
I got my black sweatpants on just for you.
They're tearaway. Look.
Yo, Rob, I swear if he get down there and be like, look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna drop down and give you 50. Then I'm gonna give you 50.
Is that a gun in your pocket or?
And that's when Rob Parker went to FM.
There you go. All right, it is now time for your Tire Rack play of the day.
Jaylen Brown against Edgecombe. A lot happened there as Pritchard lobbed for Cada. Jaylen turns the corner on Edgecombe, runs it up and in, scored in the foul, and the Celtics have their first lead of Game 5.
Jaylen Brown right there. That was your play of the day. It's brought to you by Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network. And, of course, it's brought to you by Tire Rack Play of the Day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive, ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. We got the Rob Thompson got fired, Rob. Your thoughts on that?
In Philadelphia, no shocker.
Yeah.
They had the worst record in the league. Philly spent a lot of money. They've gone backwards since they went to the World Series. Remember that? Rob Thompson took over for Joe Girardi, and the Phillies went to the World Series that year. So he's been mostly positive, and the team has been really good. This year they're off to like their worst start, Kelvin, in 2 decades.
Well,
and people in Philadelphia,
Carlos Mendoza next?
I think he is. And the Mets are winning tonight 1-0. They can't score any runs. They got 1 run on the leadoff home run, but they got nothing else. If they lose to the Washington Nationals tonight, there's a chance that Mendoza will be the third of the hat trick. That it could happen.
This ain't what, the 2016 or something? 20 Nationals. This ain't that.
Right.
Yeah, so it makes sense for Rob to be gone, Rob Thompson. It makes good for Carlos Mendoza. We've talked about it. You can't have a carryover, Rob. You can't have a horrible season. You try to wipe the slate and say what we clean will be better this year. You're worse this year. You're off to a terrible start. And that, to me, the math leads up to they got to do something. I know they love him. He's a good guy. But ultimately, they got to do something, man. All right. NCAA Tournament expanding? What?
The NFL Draft is where it all starts.
This is crazy. I can't believe it.
From the picks to the breakdowns, we're covering all of it. Because in the NFL,
I put myself in a position to be here.
One pick can change everything. We are Bueckers.
The Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with one and a half of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
We got 3 Game 5s in the NBA tonight. Currently, the Celtics have a 47-43 lead over the 76ers. 3.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Jason Tatum leading the way for Boston with 11 points. 8 p.m. Eastern time, the Hawks and Knicks will tip off. Series is tied at 2 games apiece. 9:30 Eastern time, the Trailblazers trying to stay alive against the Spurs in San Antonio. The NBA has disclosed to its 30 GMs a singular anti-tanking reform that expands the draft lottery to 16 teams and penalizing the teams that finish with the 3 worst records in the league with fewer ping pong balls. In the NCAA news they've initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's NCAA basketball tournaments to 76 teams. And in the NHL playoffs, the Sabres have a 1-0 lead over the Bruins. 8 minutes left to go in the first period. Buffalo leads the series 2-1. I'm Brianna Miro.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 on a Trash Talk
Number 2
Tuesday. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. And when they come to you, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Don't forget, The Odd Couple is on YouTube. That's right. All you need to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. You could also tap the thumbs up icon, comment away about the show. Again, we're on live right now, so just go and search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Anthony Gargano, host of Love Philly on PHLY Sports, Philly Sports, and, of course, the Fox Sports Radio weekend host. I've known Anthony for a million years. When we were writers in New York, and I worked for the Daily News, and Anthony was a writer for the New York Post, and we did spring training together, all that kind of stuff. One of my favorite people, Nice. And then again, in about 40 minutes, Trash Talking. Your chance to trash
Talking Tuesday.
That's right. Anyone, anything in the world of sports, you'll get 30, 40 seconds, and we will not, NOT, interrupt you at all. All right, so Kelvin, let's go here for hour number 2, and Shay, jump in, and the news came down right before we were ready to do the show about the NCAA, and there's some changes coming.
Yeah, so the NCAA is going to expand the March Madness to 76 teams. That's both for the women's and men's tourneys. It's not really about the money, though. It's about the power conferences pushing for more at-large bids. The plan would be 8 at-large teams and then turn the first 4 into a much bigger play-in round. So it'd be 24 teams, 12 games before the main bracket even begins. So now more teams get in, but more teams also have to fight their way into the field. Is this a better system, or is this titling the tournament for even bigger conferences and bigger games? What do you guys think?
I'm out. I mean, listen, we know first and foremost it's a money grab, right? They're doing this because more money, more teams, expanded days. You can sell, hey, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Pepsi, we're going to have another week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it'll end up being, when you can make it a bigger deal for a longer time. And so the money, like always, is going to be, is the main objective here. It doesn't make sense. You can't say it's a better quality of basketball in the sense that, Rob, these would be teams that will be in the NIT tournament, right? It's not like you're excluding these amazing teams randomly and you're like, oh, we got to get them in here. These are bad teams. And I mean that respectfully. Like, everybody can't be great. Everybody can't have great teams. Everybody can't have a bunch of great players. There's only so many to be out there. So the idea that all of a sudden these other 8 teams have to be in, they're so good. No, you are letting in bad teams that, to me, again, you're expanding the tournament. We talk about the scarcity is what makes it great, right? Historically, this amount of teams get in. It's like football. There's only this amount of weeks to play. 17 weeks of football, every week matters. So the more you keep expanding this, you keep diluting, you keep weakening it, you keep bringing in bad teams, and you're going to get blowouts, and it's going to make us be like, all right, what was the point of that? Bringing in these random super, teams that have no shot. So I don't get it there. We keep hearing about, well, they're students first. They're students first. Well, you're just expanding more travel. We're not even going to talk about the conferences, Rob. How if you're at UCLA and you got to play Iowa, then you got to go play Oregon, then you got to go to Ann Arbor to play Michigan, all these Big Ten teams. Like, what are we doing? So the idea of these being students, to me, is becoming more and more laughable. So I just don't think it's obviously a money grab, and this is why it's going to get more and more about the money. Players are only going to do what's best for them, about money, about NIL, switching teams, transferring, make sure the brand, coach, what can you offer me, $250? Well, he's offering me $350. I'm going there. Like, it's about to really be like that, even more so, and this just makes no sense to me. And again, it's not helping the tournament, it's only helping the pockets. But we knew we'd get here, and if I'd have told you 20 years ago that we might get to 80-something teams, you'd have laughed at me like, come on now, what, man, this is ridiculous. Tournament, we're not far from maybe being triple digits, Rob. Why not? Why wouldn't they go to 100 and something? in another 10, 12 years or so. You know what I mean? Like, we're not far from being triple-digit schools. Every single school that is eligible as an NCAA team, 1AA or whatever it's called, you can be in the tournament. Like, we're going to get to that point where it's no longer special, where Selection Sunday, you're not watching it like, who's going to make it? Did we make it? Did we make it? No, everybody's making it. Everybody get a participation trophy. Here's a blue ribbon for everybody. Dang it, put Oprah on Selection Sunday and say, you're getting in, you're getting in, you're getting in. Everybody's getting in, Rob. What we doing?
I'm with you. It is, again, a terrible money grab. Who asked for this? Who asked for more teams? Nobody. They already did the play-in, to add more teams, and now they want to go to 76. And, Kelvin, you're 100% right. It will be everybody who touched a college basketballs in the tournament. Like you don't have to have a league or a team. Did you touch a college? Yeah, you could get a team together.
Hey, you church league champs, get on up in here. Come on in.
It's killing the golden goose. This is greed at its height. There aren't enough teams right now to honestly compete. Do you know what I mean? Like, to really have a shot. Exactly. What do we want in the first round? We want 20-point blowouts. Have you watched the games? I noticed it's turned into a television show, Kelvin, because if you watch the games, especially early in the tournament, empty seats everywhere. Mm-hmm. You're not selling out buildings. No one's paying top dollar. They don't care if no one shows up. Hey, CBS, Turner, cut the check. We got more games for you. Put it on True TV. Turner might add a news station because they air more games. They got True TV. Let's put false TV.
I was about to say they got false.
Let's do false TV as well, because this is a false tournament. It's phony. It's ridiculous. Why are we here? My God, how much money is enough? Why do we want to water down the competition and make it a free-for-all?
Right.
Everything is for sale. Why? I don't get it. Less is more. You know what I mean? If you want to do it and you had 32 teams and people really had to play to get in and you had the best of the best, you want to talk about single-game elimination and making college basketball, top-notch again?
Yeah.
That's what would make college basketball top-notch. If we went to 32. But we know they'll never go backwards because there's too much money involved. My God, I every day I hear a story. It drives me crazy.
I think, too, Rob, what you're going to see, you're going to start getting more teams where DeBonsa goes to BYU. And I think you're going to start getting more guys go to well, why is he at, let's take my alma mater. Why is he at Eastern Michigan? He was one of the better recruits. Why is he at Toledo? Why is he at, because I think teams are going to go, well, we don't have the money like other teams to compete in the sense of we're going to get this guy $250, that guy $150, that guy $1 million. So maybe we only have $1.5 million. We're just going to give that whole $1.5 million that instead of breaking it up to that one guy, and then we'll obviously fill it up with random guys who just happen to be on the team. And so because now, Rob, that guy historically couldn't go to that school because he's like, I have no chance in the tournament. But if we keep going like this, why not go there? Why not go to, like I said, what's your alma mater again? The Southern New Hampshire?
Southern Connecticut State University. Get it right.
Southern Connecticut University of the state of Alabama, Michigan. They're going there because if you give me all the money, what's to lose? I got a bunch of money. I'll put up 30 a game, and I'm going to be in a tournament. It used to be you knew you had to be at a certain caliber of a school, right, to have a shot at the tournament unless you had some miraculous run. Now, give me the bag. Let me go to Toledo. I'll ball out, make $1.5 million, and I'm going to be on the tournament and be on TV. So to me, it's just we're heading towards where it's just going to be, it's such a free-for-all that it's going to be, and you already got 23, 24-year-olds sticking around in college because of NIL and transferring. It's getting a mess to me, personally. It's becoming a mess, and this is not helping it at all, where you're lowering the quality of the team, and you're going to get some insane teams, whether obviously Michigan's a national champ this year, so you would take, Michigan versus some ridiculously why are they in this tournament team that they're just going to, as you mentioned, they're just going to demolish? Michigan was blowing through even quality teams this tournament, Rob. Average margin of victory was like 20-something.
Right.
What do you think they're going to do to, some small school in Arizona that nobody even knows?
And then what would it take to qualify? Regular season, you could be under 500. Like what?
Yeah, 13 and 18 get you in.
It just doesn't make any sense. I've never seen the greed. Where have we gone in sports? It's just like the NFL. Hey, let's do what we want. International games. They're hell bent on 18
Even
games.
Even coaches and players don't want it.
Exactly.
They're telling you, they're pleading with you, and you're like, nah, we're doing this. And listen, every great empire has fallen. If you just know history. And I'm not using it as a metaphor for America. That's a story for another day. But don't think it can't happen to you, right? Don't think you can't become where, not that you'll fall in a sense that no one will watch, but that you can suffer a little bit. You cannot be top dog a little bit. You've been covering sports since 1986. Don't you remember when hockey was competing right there in the Big Four? We called it the Big Four.
Yep.
Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. And it wasn't like a massive blowout between basketball or baseball and hockey. It was right there. It was.
Oh no, it was big. Are you kidding?
Exactly. And hockey just, I don't have the answers, but it just slowly started to fade away. Maybe they didn't market it right. Maybe they didn't do stars. I don't know.
A lot of it too. They didn't have a lot of American players. You know what I mean? A lot of European players started coming over. Like
and it just slowly but surely you became like, oh yeah, hockey, right?
And you couldn't. I always say you couldn't pronounce a lot of the players' names, so it's hard to be at a sports bar.
Being in Detroit, we had all the skis.
Right. Well, Detroit had a whole Russian team. You know what I mean?
And all the offs, federal offs, everybody off. But my so that's my point of, don't just think like, oh, we're top dog, we'll be fine. Like, things happen. Baseball took a dip for a while. Baseball is American pastime. Took a dip. Boxing, you know this. Boxing was the end-all be-all for 60, 70 years. Now look where boxing is in comparison to the sport. UFC didn't even really exist 20, 25 years ago to the average American. Now look where it blew up. So you just don't know. And be careful thinking we can do any and everything will be fine. You just never know. Things do crumble.
No doubt. But is this music to your ears? Are you happy? More college basketball? Or are you like Kelvin and I, disgusted at it, the greed that's involved in the NCAA, and to add more teams to a tournament that's already people don't go to in the early rounds? People don't show up. They don't care. It's a TV show. They don't, as long as they get the check from the networks to put games on. They really don't. At one time, it used to be about, can we sell tickets? You know what I mean? Can we get people to come and be involved in this?
It was just being a real thing, like the feel of it all. Now, the spirit of it all is the word I'll use. And now it's absolutely, as long as we got them streaming rights, as long as we got those TV deals,
they don't care.
I don't give a dang. We will zoom in on just the court.
It's like boxing. Right? Like boxing, they don't have anything on free TV for people. Mm-hmm. We put the matches on at midnight East Coast time, so all the 14-year-old boys who might be into boxing, they can't watch. So it's too late for them. So you've X'd them out, and then everything's pay-per-view or where you got to pay for it. Yes, and then that X's out another group of people who just aren't going to pay for it. And before you know it, boxing, it doesn't matter anymore.
And you would have never told me that in my heyday. Obviously, I was too young for the early 80s, but I remember the late 80s with Tyson and obviously coming from the Detroit area, Tommy Hearns.
I was a boxing writer for the Free Press. I went to all the fights. I was in Vegas all the time.
The 90s were lit with the heavyweights, Holyfield, obviously Mike Tyson, his run when he got out of prison. You got Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis. I mean, you had, so it was a time, and now if you look where boxing is, you see what happens. So there's no guarantee. All right,
we want to hear from you. 877. Oh yeah, we got trash talking.
Trash talking. Yeah. See, I was trying to tell you, trash talking coming up in a little bit as well. But there's still a lot more to get to here. But first, we got to tell them a little bit about M-Drive, Rob.
That's right. Let me ask you something.
Once
you hit 40, and you're past 40, did your energy just drop? I'm just saying.
Yes, of course it did. And it's not like you're doing anything different, Rob. You're still working out. You're still trying to eat right and do better.
Exactly, but the weight sticks around a little bit more. God only knows it does.
I know all about it. I'm dealing with it now, and that's the frustrating part because it feels like it shouldn't be the case.
Right, but that's not a discipline problem. I'm here to tell you.
Nope, it's biology.
Your body changes.
And that doesn't mean you have to accept it. You can fight back.
That's why we started looking into M Drive.
That's right. It is built specifically for men over 40.
And to support your steady energy without spikes.
And help your metabolism keep up with the work that you're already putting in.
Best of all, you ready for this? No extremes and no shortcuts.
Nope, just something you can take every day.
And if you're feeling that shift, don't wait. Get on it right away.
All right. Go to mdriveformen.com. Use code COUPLE for 20% off. Again, that's code COUPLE for 20% off your first order.
That's mdriveformen.com, code COUPLE.
M-Drive for men who still show up.
Hey, Kelvin.
What's that?
Go get M-Drived. Cooper Flagg winning the NBA Rookie of the Year is like going to the bank with a $3 bill trying to get change.
Oh, boy.
It's Stat Padford in sneakers. That's what it is.
Oh, boy.
Are you kidding me? Seriously. How many meaningful games did Cooper Flagg play in? I'll wait. Anybody can pile up numbers in the NBA. Somebody's got to score. Knipple played in meaningful games. He helped the team get to the postseason. Come on, man. This is about a narrative. The NBA can't sell Cooper Flagg if he doesn't win the Rookie of the Year. This is when the NBA turns into the WWE NBA.
Nah, they about to have Cooper Flagg fans and a WWE.
I don't care. That's what it is because they know. You can't sell that. When Larry Bird went to the Celtics and they were bad and then all of a sudden got good and he was Rookie of the Year, oh, yeah. He turned that franchise around. Cooper Flagg didn't do that. They didn't make the playoffs. And then they have the damn nerve to say, Knipple, we're going to penalize you for not playing well in the playoffs, but we'll glorify Flagg for his team not making the playoffs. That Flagg is a better player because he was at home and he didn't have a chance to play in the postseason. It's a regular season award. Cooper Flagg did not deserve it. Is he a really good player? Absolutely. He won Rookie of the Year. We got to stop with the narratives, and I know it. They can't sell Cooper Flagg to people, and they'll say, he wasn't even Rookie of the Year. How in the world are we going to be? What? I get it. They love the whole idea of him. There's a lot of good things that go with Cooper Flagg and Cooper Flagg being a guy that maybe they could build the league around going forward. I get it. It ain't right. Stop doing it. Give it to people who have earned it on the court and deserve it. A guy who's contributed to a team that made the postseason and in a big way, for him to get 44 first-place votes tells you a lot, right? Cooper Flagg, given all the 50 points and all the other big games he had, he didn't run away with it. You know why? Because Cooper Flagg didn't play in one meaningful game all season long. The Mavericks were out of it. The WWE, NBA, that's where we are on this one. That's what it is.
Stop it. Okay.
Vince McMahon should hand him his Rookie of the Year trophy.
Stop it. First of all, Con Knipple was absolutely deserving, which was why it was a close one. But you acting like Cooper Flagg wasn't balling. You acting like Cooper Flagg, and what do we talk about? Sometimes it is that last week in a sport. If it's the Heisman race, it ends up coming to the last week sometimes. Those big games, those Heisman moments. It happens in all time, especially when it's nip and tuck, right? what's the last thing I'm going to remember? And that's exactly where Cooper Flagg planted his flag, I'll have you know, was that the last week or so, he's putting up a 50-piece, he's putting up a 45-piece, and he was balling out that last couple of weeks. And that was the last little thing.
In games that don't matter.
In games that don't matter. And I'm glad you said that.
Games that don't matter.
Because Cooper Flagg went to a franchise with a daggone GM who acting like it don't matter having good players on your team.
No, that ain't
Going
it.
to get Anthony Davis.
He played in meaningless games.
Because he did not have the guys that he thought he was going to have on it, that Nico Harris was selling us he was going to have. I'm going to have Anthony Davis with Cooper. No, you're not. Anthony Davis is always hurt. You should have known that. I'm going to have Kyrie Irving. No, you're not. Unfortunately, Kyrie Irving is often hurt. I'm going to have Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is old and washed, and the biggest thing with conversation about Klay right now is him and Meg Thee Stallion. So that's what Cooper Flagg had to work with. A bunch of nothing really going on in Dallas, and night in, night out, you know what he had? Hey, all we got to do is stop him, and we'll make them win this game easily. And he still played well. He still balled out, put up 20 a game, shot 47%, and had a really solid rookie season. Cockaniple was absolutely, I think he shocked all of us. Nobody expected him to be this good. But he has LaMelo Ball, who's one of the best creators in the league. He's got Brandon Miller, who is a walking 20-point a game. He's got Bridges. He's got a bunch of players over there, and they ended up being a fun team, a very NBA 2K team-like team, and he was a wonderful surprise to this season. He absolutely was in the running, and at worst-case scenario, I'll give you a Grant Hill, Jason Kidd, or I'll give you an Elton Brand, Steve Francis, where there was co-MVPs if you want that. But to me, Cooper Flagg had the entire franchise on his shoulder. He had to be the face of it after Luka. He didn't ask for them to trade away guys and do all that.
Give me the records that Cooper Flagg set, because let me give you Kniple's.
I can give you the records.
Let me give you his
Go
record.
ahead. I will answer that question. Go ahead.
He set NBA record for most three-pointers made by a rookie. This is just so Kelvin can do his Go ahead, Sade.
Something ain't right, but I'm still riding it. Rob. There must have been an angel by my side.
Oh my God!
What?
I just threw up my chicken in my mouth.
Really let me to you. Let me to you, Rob. That's why we a couple. Look at the sky. Look at the sky, Rob.
Come on.
It's the color of love. Come on, man.
I need baby oil. Oh, God.
What an amazing song. What an amazing. Never has there been a human being on earth who has ever said anything negative about Sade.
Wait, Rob doesn't like Sade?
No, I love
he loves
Sade.
Okay, I was about to be
Don't
like,
get
okay.
crazy. I love Sade.
I was about to get upset right now.
No, seriously. Like,
it's Stevie Nicks, Sade, Carly Simon.
Stevie Nicks?
Yes.
She's at the top of your list? She's so good.
She's right there. She's
good.
unbelievable. Carly.
Shay,
I like her too, but her being at the top is random.
Let him have his people.
Stand back.
Let him have his people. We all have our people.
You know what?
As long
Let
as
me
you
take a
have
seat.
Sade up there, I'm okay.
Oh, Rob.
Okay. All right.
Stevie Nicks is.
You gotta understand, Shay. This is peak Rob in college.
Yes, I was in the 80s. I was all into Stevie Nicks.
You got to understand, formidable years.
Now,
right?
remember, Alex, I was in college, so I did need baby oil. I'm just saying.
Oh, shoot.
No. I was ashy. I meant that's all I was
Boy,
ashy.
can't you see Rob hold a little drink? Hey, what's up? You come here often? No.
You know what
I know the bartender. Hold on.
It was,
yo, Rick.
It was
two more down here.
It was Toad's Place in New Haven. That's where I went.
Toad's.
Oh, yeah.
Toad's Place in New Haven, Connecticut. That's where we.
You know what that sound like, Rob? Did you ever go to Ypsilanti? Did you ever go to the Wood Nickel?
I heard of it, but I didn't go. Yeah,
it's giving the Wood Nickel vibes. But yeah, so shout out to Sade. She's one of our all-time greats. All right, coming up, we got Anthony Gargano in a little bit. We'll talk some what's going on in Philly with him. You got folks getting fired. You got the 76ers and Embiid playing right now. So we'll keep you updated on that. And Trash Talking Tuesday in about 20 minutes or so. By the way, if you missed any of today's show, you can catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, and provide a review. Again, just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You're going to find today's full version. And a best of version. Shay will get that up. All right, let's get to an NCAA tournament. They're saying set to expand to 76 teams. Again, Rob, I just think it's a bad idea. You seem to be with me. By the way, too, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but there's a whole other group of like the NBA trying to figure out their tanking. And mind you, this is a league that's talking about expanding as well. So it's just...
I'll say this, and I know we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
But I did bring up the idea that if you finished in last place, you were penalized. And they did do it, not just for one team, but the bottom three, like as we get into it. And I think that is one way of trying to make people not, like, try to win games. You don't want to be in the bottom three, you know what I mean, where you have a less of a chance to improve your team. So I get that. I don't know about using the term regulation because that's a soccer term where you go, you fall into, right?
Yeah. The whole up and down, you get out this league,
right.
You go to that league. So relegation.
Relegation, relegation. And that's such a soccer thing. And even the in-season tournament, I don't even understand. Adam Silver's supposed to be the NBA commissioner, but everything he does is soccer-related. I hate it.
If you make me try to figure out the reasoning why, it's because soccer's growing in America, but it ain't all that. Obviously,
dude, they've been saying that for 40 years, man.
I know, but I'm talking about it's so massive globally that, and we know what is the NFL trying to do? What is the NBA?
No,
trying to do?
They said,
not, screw America, Rob. We want the world.
No, but I hear that. But they've been selling soccer here for a long time, and I'm not saying that it hasn't made strides. But can we just stop? It's just not.
Don't disrespect the beautiful game like that.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Soccer ruins a great day at the park, is what it does.
Shay, Alex, clearly Elijah, Bree, he clearly didn't watch Ted Lasso. Don't do Ted Lasso like that. Ted Lasso was great. Okay, don't disrespect that show. Well, the World Cup coming here to LA in a matter of a month or two. It'll be interesting to see how folks respond to that. Are you going to any matches?
I never missed the World Cup. Alex, you going? You getting tickets? So you got $8,000?
If I had that extra money, yes.
Would you go?
But honestly, I love soccer and World Cup.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's just the money's ridiculous.
We got to get you there, Alex. We got to get you one of the matches.
Kelvin, if you could, I will make content for you guys for a week.
If you could go. Okay. Shay, you going?
Yeah, honestly, okay, this is a weird subject for me because I really wanted to go because Iran was going to come to SoFi.
Okay.
And my parents are both from Iran.
Right.
But now I don't know what is going on, and I don't even know.
They're saying they're playing.
So they're saying they're playing. They're saying they're coming here, which is going to be in LA. So I don't know what that means and what's going to happen till then. I'm not buying a ticket because I don't trust it, but I would buy a ticket if I could and if I trusted it. Because I have a feeling a week before they're going to be like, we're going to Mexico or like, we're going to play in Canada or something like that.
No, you're absolutely right that the way the war that was supposed to have ended,
I
any
agree
moment,
with you. It's probably
they can switch it up.
And it causes a lot of issues, which sucks, Like, we always say this, try to separate from politics, but at this point, like, I don't know, politics, it just causes so much issues within sports and everyday lives that you can't really separate it anymore. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
By the way, can I say something? And then we'll get to Bree here. Rob, I think you'll agree because you've just been, A, fan of sports for so long, B, covering it. You'll feel me on this. The idea that politics have ever been out of sports is actually laughable. Like, people love to say that, and I get the sentiment, right? You just want to turn on the game. You just want to enjoy it. But, Rob, you know this. Politics have been in sports for eons. And I always laugh when
always has been.
They're always like, keep it out. Go look at how political it was with baseball. Go look at how politicized with the Olympics, right? When Jesse Owens was kicking butt in the 30s against Germany when they were over there, and I think it was Berlin. Like, if you just look at it's often in politics, and politics and in sports. That's not even talking about Jackie Robinson and so on and so forth. So the idea that it's never been or people want to keep it out, it's never really like that as you think. All right,
all right, hold on real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
We real quick. Alex in Spokane, Washington has a take real quick. You got less than a minute, Alex, on the NCAA tournament, and then you'll line up for trash talk, and we'll get to Bree as well. All right, what do you got, Alex?
Well, thank you guys for taking my call, and I appreciate you guys' show. You guys put on a heck of a show every day. And
thank you.
Thank you for all you do for us.
That means a lot.
I think muddling this down will destroy the NCAA tournament. As a college basketball fanatic, being from Spokane, we don't have a lot of sports. Gonzaga is our team.
Right.
Everything else we have is it's minor league, junior hockey, junior baseball, things like that. Gonzaga comes around and we know we're just super excited. It's a blast to watch. They don't even have a football team, so all of our NIL money gets dumped into there. And I think by dumbing this down to a level of, like you say, you had 76, then where are you going to go? You're going to go 84. You're going to go 116. Yep. I mean, you're going to keep adding teams. You're going to turn this tournament into something to where it's 8 weeks long. It drains the kids. It drains the coaches. The fans are fatigued, and you're going to lose your fan bases. You're going to lose people in general. It's the heart and soul. I mean, we have a party every year for Selection Sunday. And it's not just to watch Gonzaga. It's to watch every team and be excited about the sport and what these kids have accomplished through the year. And, Gonzaga got a beat down by Michigan this year.
No
and it was
doubt.
Like,
hey, Alex, we're up against
Alex,
it, man.
He makes great points, though. Alex, man, shout out to you, and thanks for the compliments on the show.
And everybody else, you can line up. 877-99 on Fox. I'm sorry. We got
877-99 on Fox. We'll get to you. It's going to be coming up here with Trash Talking Tuesday. On the other side of Bree, Anthony Gargano, host of Love Philly. We'll get to him in just a moment. Right, Bree?
Yes. Hi, guys. I can't.
That is unbelievable. That commercial is just crazy.
Do I look like him or something?
No,
or
but you're sweet. You're sweet.
You are
Come on, Bree.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
It's
that.
funny because you're not sweet.
Oh.
Don't do that.
Oh, my God. The Celtics.
She going to leave and come back. You better stop.
The Celtics are looking pretty sweet right now. They have a 63-54 lead over the 76ers. 9 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Jason Tatum has 14 points and 10 rebounds for a double-double so far. And in New York, the Knicks have a 21-16 lead over the Hawks. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 9:30 Eastern time, the Trailblazers are in San Antonio trying to stay alive. They have a 3-1 series lead, San Antonio does. And according to ESPN, the NBA has disclosed to its 30 GMs that anti-tanking reform, which you guys were talking about. And in the NHL playoffs, the Sabres have a 1-0 lead over the Bruins, just getting started in the second period. And it's all tied up at 1 goal apiece between the Wild and Stars. 6.5 minutes left to go in the first period. Let's get to Gargano, guys.
All right, Bree, thank you. It is the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. But get to Gargano here in just a little bit. As Rob mentioned, you want to hop in on Trash Talking Tuesday, your chance to do so, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. We'll get to Anthony Gargano here in just a second.
Yep, I mean, a lot of stuff going on in Philadelphia, obviously. Rob Thompson getting fired. Okay,
yep.
And the Sixers
we'll
are on
ask
the break.
Gargano. Yep. Before we get to Anthony, by the way, at University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA, now with 10 specializations. So no application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. Anthony Gargano, host of Love Philly on PHLY Philly Sports and Fox Sports Radio Weekend host. Anthony L. Gargano on X. Give him a follow. What's up, man?
Cuz.
What's up, my brothers?
How are you?
Watching the Sixers get smoked.
I figured that. Hey, at least the Phillies are winning tonight with their new manager, Donnie Baseball. Let's start there before we get to the Sixers. Rob Thompson, I thought it was time. They're off to a horrible start. The team is stale to me.
Yeah, but listen, something had to be done. You're right, but that's not the answer. They may win tonight, but the problem is their lineup. They got no 4 and 5 and 6 hole hitters.
Right.
They're a bunch of 7, 8, 9 guys. This is Dombrowski's mess, and he's going to use Thompson as a scapegoat like all GMs do. But this is a horrible, horrible constructed team.
But this is Dave Dombrowski's history. I told Kelvin earlier, this is what he's done everywhere he's been. He gives the people these big contracts, all this other stuff, and then you're stuck. And you really can't do anything. He did it in Detroit.
Yep.
And where else? In Florida. You remember they won the World Series. He was a part of that. But they always wind up crashing out. And Boston.
Yeah.
Boston was the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it happens a lot.
Yeah, he does. It's his MO. You're right on. It's his MO. And look, he gave Turner a huge contract, which is fine, right? Obviously Bryce. But Like, you got nobody else. He come back. He's horrible. Alec Boehm, he's had him on the trade block for 3 years, completely devalued. The kid's a mess. He's unplayable. I mean, you got no third baseman. You got no second baseman. You gave a 37-year-old catcher $45 million bidding against yourself. You got no outfield. It's horrible. It's just horrible. And you got great pitching, but, you know, they haven't been right. So, I mean, this team is a mess.
They're already, 10.5 games out, so we could turn the page to basketball because that season, right, Kelvin, is almost over.
Well, maybe there'll be a little hope with your Sixers. I mean, they're fighting. They're trying. They're currently down about 9, depending on, and to the Celtics. 3-1 in this series. I tell you what, we just had Ephraim Salam on, and there's been a conversation just throughout. They've played better without Joel Embiid. Would you agree with that sentiment, or you disagree?
I mean, look, they're not beating Boston without Joel. I mean, here's the thing. They play with pace without – speaking of fraud GMs, how about Daryl Morey?
Yes.
Another – like, think about this. He's got an undersized team that can't shoot, that's got no lead guard, and can't defend the perimeter. That's what he put together.
But he's been a fraud everywhere. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yes, it's unbelievable how much money my man has stolen. He has destroyed this. It's destroyed. It's a shame because listen, he lucked out with Maxey and VJ, great kids. And look, to your point, to you guys' point, when they play with pace, they're okay, but they don't have enough around them. Kelly Oubre. It's awful. Paul George, I mean, you know what he's got left. I mean, this is what it is. And then you're stuck with Embiid. There's nothing you can do with him. And
right.
It's a shame. He's a great player. Kelvin, great. I love Joel Embiid. He's just snake-bitten. He's one of those athletes that just gets hurt. And I feel sorry for him in a way because he's a tremendous talent.
Yeah, and it happens too. I mean, it's just some guys, if you look at it, it's like, man, if he ever – I mean, Bill Walton, just as a great example.
Hey, cuz I do want to get your take on the Pistons. Just, the number one seed in the East and all that.
Why are you going backwards? Why you don't want to talk about the Knicks?
I want to ask him, did you see this coming or where were you on the Pistons going in? Because, they won a lot of games. I was still skeptical of their shooting. Are you surprised that they're in the hole?
I was with you.
Okay, so you saw it, too.
I'm surprised Orlando. I wanted the Sixers to play Detroit.
Right.
I wanted the tank to play a game so I could play Detroit because I thought they had a chance. Like, nobody's beating Boston, right?
Right,
so
I agree with that.
I'm thinking the Sixers had a chance to beat Detroit because they don't shoot. If you don't shoot, I mean, they're vulnerable.
I'm with you.
I didn't think Orlando would be. I'll be honest with you. But I thought they were a fugazi 1 seed.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this all works out. Hey, we appreciate you, cuz.
Appreciate you.
I love you guys. You guys are the greatest.
Hey, cuz, when I come to the All-Star game in Philly this summer, man, we got to get together. I will be there for the All-Star game.
I got you, man. We're going to have a lot of fun.
All right,
I got all the
appreciate
spots
you.
for us.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
No doubt. Hey, give him a follow, man.
Too.
You can, no doubt. You can follow him at Anthony L. Gargano. Go ahead and do that. We appreciate chopping it up. We'll get that on the pod a little bit later. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Trash Talking Tuesday. Whatever, whoever you want to trash, we'll give you 30, 40 seconds.
Even Kelvin.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to give some smoke. I already hear it now. It's going to be some Pistons smoke, and we'll see whose side Ken is on. Mine or yours today.
Yeah, I know.
Rob, I'll tell you. We still in it. It's the Odd Couple. Hit us up, 877-99 on Fox Sports Radio.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
Hey,
stop
it's
it.
Trash Talking Tuesday on The Odd Couple.
Yeah, the war on football continues, just in a different way. The DOJ has begun an investigation into whether or not the NFL has violated anti-competitive practices with its TV contracts because they require consumers to also pay subscription costs to watch some games. A government official told ABC News, quote, "This is about affordability and creating an even playing field for providers." Now, as you guys know, the NFL currently has TV deals with ESPN, ABC, NBC Sports, CBS Sports, Prime Video, and Netflix. That's not counting the games that are also on Peacock exclusively or ESPN Plus exclusively. Now, guys, we talked about this last season before the season even started. To watch every game in the NFL season for 2025, you would have had to have gotten at least a half a dozen streaming services and YouTube TV if you didn't have a local cable provider. Now, there's conflicting reports on how much it would have cost. Some saying it could have cost you up to $1,500 to watch every game. USA Today said, no, if you do this deal and you manipulate this and you get certain,
that tells you why I'm watching.
You can get it.
I'm not going to pay all that money. I'm straight up.
You could get it for as low as, if you know how to work the system, $650.
All right, I got two things, and I'm just going to be blunt about it. The DOJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should be going after a professional sports league. But it shouldn't be the NFL first on the list.
Who should it be?
And so if they're serious, and this is not a revenge tour by the president, because they turned him down. You remember he tried to buy the Buffalo Bills, and they wanted they were like, they didn't even entertain him. They were like, no, you can't have a team. So if this is not a revenge tour, and this is not the DOJ, like trying to get at the NFL for the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the league that the DOJ should be going after is the NBA. That is the league that should be investigated when it comes to customers and not doing right by their customers, and because they have a lot of it. They also have the streaming platforms, but what they also have that's worse is the idea of bait and switch, false advertising, and selling a product, right, that doesn't always deliver. We got a national game tonight, don't we, Rob G? And who's not playing tonight?
That would be Steph Curry against the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we just have it. We're basketball fans. How many nights do we go,
well, I think we're looking at one now. Aren't we with Jaylen Brown out?
Jaylen Brown's out.
Yeah, the Celtics Knicks.
Just every night. Every night. Oh, yeah, we can't wait to watch this. I mean, like, seriously. It's unfair to customers. You can do that. You want to take a night off and he's healthy, a healthy scratch? You can do that. Give me my money back. Let me turn in my tickets for another day. That's what the government should be looking at and demanding from the NBA. I can't pay $500 for me and my kid to go to the game. If I'm a Knicks fan, right, and I'm a Boston fan and I'm in New York, right? I live in New York and work there. My kid, and I go to see Jaylen Brown tonight, and he's healthy, but they're not playing him tonight. I don't know if he's hurt or not. Is he hurt, Rob G? Jaylen Brown? I know they say he's hurt, but you know what I mean.
Like real hurt.
Like real hurt.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I just shelled out $1,000 for me and a kid to go watch the game. What do? The NBA sells what? Individual stars. Come see LeBron James. Come see Luka. Come see SGA. And then you go, come see Steph. And then you go, and they're not playing. They're not hurt. We understand in sports. Some nights people are going to be hurt. The biggest stars in baseball, you want to look up how many games Shohei and Aaron Judge played? How many games do you think they missed last year total? 162 games. They probably missed a total of 10 together. Mm-hmm. They play every night. They are the stars that people want to see. Shohei, can you imagine him going to some town and not playing? And people can understand if he takes 5 or 6 games off a year, right? A blow, or they got a day off or whatever and decide. That's what they should be investigating. And now the NBA, all their games, I don't know where their games are. Most of them are on streaming, right? You got to pay. You got to be a Prime member. You got to do this. You got to subscribe to that. So for them to go after the NFL first, and I'm not saying the NFL's not without something.
Yeah.
The NBA, to me, should be in the crosshairs of the DOJ.
Rob, you know who this is? Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Little Billie Eilish in your life.
Yeah.
Really?
Want to know something,
Banger.
Rob?
Birds of a feather.
People are trying to compare her to the new Nikki that you liked.
Really?
Uh-huh. Stevie Nicks?
To Stevie Nicks?
They're trying to refer to her as that,
That's
modern day.
not crazy.
But you know what's crazy is Stevie Nicks just performed this past weekend.
Yes.
How old is she? Can you Google it real quick?
I'm going to say 70s.
Was she a Stagecoach?
I'm going to say 70.
She was at Stagecoach?
I'm asking you. I don't
know. She just performed. I saw a video of her. And she's got to be
77.
I was going to say almost 80 years old, Stevie Nicks.
She's doing good.
Oh, she was at Jazz Fest.
Okay.
Jazz Fest.
She's still got that long hair. That's got to be a wig.
Oh, she
That can't
performed
be real.
Don't Stop. Whoa.
All right.
All right,
let's go. We got
Anthony Gargano. Appreciate him joining us. You can check that out. We'll get it up. By the way, you can stream us live wherever you happen to be in the iHeart app. Catch us all your Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app so it'll always pop up at the top of the screen. It's now time for Trash Talking Tuesday.
Don't you ever talk about me. It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right, here we go. Let's go. JC in Oregon. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, JC?
Hey, guys, I'm going to trash talk the Baltimore Ravens signing of Diego Pavia to a 3-year deal. To do what, guys? give Lamar Jackson his water bottle during timeouts? This guy wouldn't even start for the Birmingham Stallion.
Wow.
Thanks for taking the call.
Thank
Great
you.
show.
Oh, wow. Birmingham
All
Stallion.
right.
That's a throwback right there. How about Nick in Wichita? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Nick?
I'm trashing soccer. Love your show, man.
Thank
but
you.
I will never be able to get into soccer until they get a clock and a timekeeper. I sit through 90 minutes of a scintillating 1-0 game. The whistle blows, and I think my team won, but no. There's 5 minutes of added time. What in the world is added time? Get me a clock so I can watch the countdown. Thank you, fellas.
All right, Nick.
funny.
Appreciate
That's
you.
pretty funny,
A lot of
Nick.
people
Thank you.
complain about that. Orlando in El Paso. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you
trashing, Orlando?
Hey, guys. I'm trashing 3 things really quick. All right, first one is Adam Gase. It was reported that Le'Veon Bell saw him with a white substance. I'm not going to get into that.
That's alleged. That's alleged.
Now, in his defense, he is coaching the Jets, so we'll give him a pass on that, okay? The next one is the Steelers. It was reported that they let the cat out of the bag by communicating with someone with the Cowboys, and the Cowboys finagled them by giving Philly the pick. So shame on you, Steeler organization or staff or whoever that was for letting the cat out of the bag. And the last one, I'm sorry to do this to you, Rob, but it's you. You had called it, and you have not said this months ago. When Chris Broussard was here, you had said that Kevin Durant was NBA dead, and that is relevant now more than ever. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, he's calling you out for saying you ain't patting your chest so much.
Wow. I said it, though.
No, I'm going to tell you why he's wrong, though. Because you said it, and you said it. But then you turned around and told me any series I'd rather have Kevin Durant over LeBron. That's just crazy. You was almost there, and then you went crazy with that.
Definitely.
But I'll trash you another day.
That's all right. James in Virginia, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, James?
James.
Thank you for taking my call, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday. Big time, all the time, every time.
We appreciate you. Yes.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Salute the Commanders, gentlemen. Man, and I'm going to preface this, man. I'm a Knicks fan. Go Knicks, man. But listen, man, I'm here to talk about the Boston Celtics and Jaylen Brown, man. For years, I've had to listen to talking heads and pundits put this man down, say that Tatum and Brown can't exist, can't play together. Someone's got to go out, got to be traded. And here they are. They got a chance to go to their 3rd finals in 6 years. My man is a MVP going into this season. They said the Celtics ain't doing nothing. They ain't showing nothing. It's a wasted year. And here they are with the Pistons on the ropes. they got a clear path. Because, look, I love the Knicks, but if they can't handle the Hawks, how are they going to deal with the Celtics, man? So this is a microwave society that we live in. Sometimes you got to let it breathe. Man, this is crazy to see, man. Go Jaylen Brown. I'm a big fan of his because of all that nonsense. So I just can't wait to see what this guy can do. Maybe another Finals MVP on the list. This guy can become a Hall of Famer, man. I appreciate you taking my call, gentlemen. Salute the Commanders.
All right, James. Appreciate that. What about
It's a good game, by the way, Rob. 76-70. The Sixers making a game of it.
Oh, yeah, it's close. Andrew in Bakersfield, California. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Andrew?
First of all, Kelvin, defense wins championships. Number 2, Rob, what about Pele? And finally, my last trashing of Adam Silver. You have 2 problems again. Injuries and load management. And the key is you need to take games out of high leverage games out, which are playoff games. And that's all I have.
All right. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Can we squeeze in Johnny? Johnny in Virginia. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Johnny?
Hey, guys. Hope all is well. Rob, congratulations on the weight loss. I see what you're doing.
Appreciate
Kelvin,
that.
Keep the ship moving. I like what you're doing. Rob G, sometimes I don't like you, but I do miss you right now. And
I don't like you.
Who do I have to trash? Adam Silver. Because if you say 65 games 3 times in the mirror, Adam Silver pops up behind you and he says, it doesn't matter. What is going on with the 65-game rule? I appreciate the whole Luka Doncic situation, the whole situation with Cade, but what are you telling to the league and what are you telling to the fans? What are you telling to the players? 65 games doesn't matter anymore?
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks,
I
Johnny.
We don't chime in, but let's appreciate it.
Yep.
Shout out to everybody.
Jay in Harlem.
In one more?
Yeah,
All
Uptown.
Right.
Jay in Harlem. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Jay? Real quick.
First, I want to say, Rob, Kelvin, thank you so much for covering the Vrabel situation. You guys got the biggest cojones in the industry. I don't think anybody would have done that. So I just want to say thank you for that. I'm trash talking Robert Kraft. The fact that this guy was out there looking to find another candidate just in case the Vrabel situation might have affected the team so much that he might have had to let him go. You are the last person to judge, all right? Because when you was getting a tug out there in the middle of Jupiter, Florida, nobody.
Yes. Hey, Jay, we up against it.
Jay, we up against it. But, Jay, I think we got it, though. I think we got your point on that one. Appreciate it, y'all. Came strong with the Trash Talking Tuesday on this Tuesday.
We are Bueckers.
Odd Couple, you know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong.
You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice.
And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is
the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In the NBA playoffs, the 76ers are trying to stay alive in Boston as the Celtics have an 86-85 lead heading into the fourth quarter. Right now, the Knicks have a 43-27 lead over the Hawks. 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 9:30 Eastern Time, the Trailblazers are playing the Spurs in San Antonio. They lead the series 3-1 San Antonio. According to ESPN, the NBA has disclosed to its 30 GMs the anti-taking reform that expands the draft lottery to 16 teams. In the NHL playoffs, the Bruins and Sabres are tied at 1 goal apiece. 7 minutes left to go in the second period. Wild and Stars are also tied 1-1, just ending the first period there in Dallas. In the NFL, the Tennessee Titans president of football operations, Chad Brinker, has announced that he is stepping down from his role. And the Baltimore Ravens are signing undrafted quarterback Diego Pavia to a 3-year deal. In Major League Baseball, the Phillies are beating the Giants 7-0, top of the ninth. I'm Brianna Muro.
Elijah, put the camera on me.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. Ashwood.
Our number three.
Number 3.
Here on The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday, a spirited edition of Trash Talking Tuesday. We appreciate you for jumping in on that. Trashing anyone,
we didn't get any
anything.
smoke, Rob.
I know. I was shocked by that.
I thought we were going to get something.
We got nothing this time around.
Hey, Rob, it's Kid. I'm telling you, listen to that, Kelvin.
I want to trash Rob Parker.
There you go. Go ahead.
I like you too much.
Oh, go ahead.
Thought I was going to get some smoke for thinking the Pistons might have did something.
I know. Nobody got, they let you with kid gloves on, Kelvin.
Yeah, right? I don't know what.
Crazy. But you could be watching us right now on YouTube. If you,
do it!
That's right.
Just do it!
Hit the subscribe button. All you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, just check us out on YouTube. Watch us live right now and just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube and subscribe. Don't forget, we got last call. We'll do that. In case you couldn't get in for Trash Talking, there'll be an opportunity there. And a lot more stuff to talk about this hour. But, Kelvin, this is something, people were just giving us a little bit of props for talking about the Russini-Vrabel, scandal. We did talk about that early on when other shows were running away from it or whatever. And this was another topic that we talked about that some people disagreed with us, but I think we were proven right on this.
I think so, and we'll get into the details. Shay, do we have the sound from Paige Bueckers that we can hear her speak, please?
And you know what, Kelvin, I do want to say this before he plays the sound.
Yeah.
So Jason Smith, who's coming up next after our show.
Yeah.
He comes in, he doesn't see you in the studio. He says, of course he's not here because the Pistons lost.
Hey, Kelvin, you've been the biggest smack talker with the Pistons for like 4 months. I said, you better not go out before the Knicks. If that happens, don't come to work for a month because it's going to be bad for you.
The
first round
Jason.
isn't even over, and you've been in here like once in the last week and a half.
Hey, Jason. You better talk to me in a few hours and see if y'all win. We might be having a down 3 games conversation, you and I. We might have to go get lunch together and cry together in a minute. You better hope y'all pull it off.
I still come into work every day. You're like, I can't even come in. I can't even show my face now. It's down 3-1.
Dang it. You know what? And this is what shout out to the Sixers. They're fighting too. They're up right now against the Celtics. These teams that are fighting out here in these streets, the Pistons are going to fight. As a matter of fact, I can't wait to talk to you when they pull this thing off again. And I want to, so we can see y'all next round.
Basketball.
Can we bet that? You said they're going to come back and win this series? Let's bet.
Man, you got to give me some crazy
right,
something.
2 pair to 1 Jordans. 2 pair to 1.
Heck no, they ain't doing this. No, they'll win. I'll put something on Game 5.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We talking
all right. Jason, I'll talk smack to you tomorrow. Hopefully y'all lose so that we can really be sitting here talking some smack. But back to Paige Bueckers. She finally had a conversation about the topic. A lot of people, to your point, Rob, were saying, hey, leave that alone. Some people understood the actual journalistic side of asking those questions about her and her relationship with Fudd. Shay, do we have the sound on what Paige Bueckers had to say? All right. Well, essentially, while we're trying to pull that up, there was people concerned about the idea of asking questions about her personal relationship.
Right.
You and I said, no, it is actually Aziz Fudd. And we said she should have to answer. They didn't. The PR pulled Aziz, and then they didn't let her answer. Well, a week or so later, Paige spoke, and this is what she said.
Quite frankly, I believe me and Aziz's personal relationship is nobody's business but our own. And what we choose to share is completely up to us. AZ Fudd was the #1 draft pick because she earned it, and it had nothing to do with me and everything to do with who she is as a human being, who she is as a basketball player, her resilience, her strength, and her career best year at UConn. So AZ is her great individual person. She should be celebrated as such.
And that wasn't even the best part, Rob. The best part, Paige went on to say, we've been through this. We've been through it, their relationship back in college. So her point was nothing new to us. We know how to kind of have a personal relationship, a team relationship, and keep those separate. And to me, that was a shining example of why it was okay to ask a question when you have a #1 pick who was one of the going to be faces of the leagues, and Bueckers, Paige. And then you have AZ Fudd, who the #1 pick, coming and in a relationship and on the same team. Why would that not be a question? Why would that not be something to say, hey, you guys in a relationship, how's it going to work, or what's the dynamic, or how do you handle this? You had a relationship at UConn, now you're here. How does this work? To me, that's a very fair question, and you and I talked about it. They had a chance to allow AZ to answer it, and they robbed her of that. They took her for that moment for her to hear a response and maybe have a chance to speak eloquently about it and educate people. But they took that opportunity. And to Paige's credit, she did what we asked. She came out. She said, hey, the season's about to start. I'm going to hit this one time and one time only. Let me lay it out for you. Our relationship is our business. And she went on. We didn't play it all. She said, I understand you have a job to do in the asset question. I get it. That's why I'm going to answer it this time. So to me, I thought it was an example of why, again, things where it was a fair question to ask when you have two potentially stars, but both stars in college, and now they're together. It's very public, their relationship, and it happens, right? We talk about, when you're a public figure, I think people don't know this. Legally, even when you're a public figure, you no longer have the rights of like privacy, and it kind of sucks. I get it, but you know this, Rob. People ask questions. When
it doesn't suck because you live off of that and you make money off of that as
right,
well. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm saying you can't turn it off is what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm saying you can't turn it off and turn it on when you want. I'll give you an example. I brought this up. Travis Kelce. How many times do people have the conversation? Is it a distraction when your girlfriend Taylor Swift is here? How do you handle her being in the game? Is it too much? Are her fans distracting or being mean to you online? Like, conversations happen when you have stars and celebrities that are couples. It happens. It's been happening for eons, for decades. And so to me, they were not exempt from this. And I think you do a disservice when you act as if, especially in 2026, if this was 1986 and you had a same-sex relationship, I can understand it. It was much more formal, more taboo. And 2026, we've all seen it. We're all accustomed to it. And you have a chance to answer the question. It's almost like you're making it like, oh, we can't talk about that. Like, ooh. It's 2026. She hit it once. Wipe her hands. You don't have to talk about it again. Now, obviously, people ask what they want, but she doesn't have to. So I commend Paige for how she handled it. And again, I think it's one of those journalistic things you and I kind of give those examples of. These are the reasons why it's fair game to ask a question like that. And it seems like Paige understood that as well.
100%. And I would ask that media person, PR person, what did you gain by doing that? She talked about it anyway. What was the purpose? You could have just made it 10 days earlier and then it wouldn't have been asked at training camp. Am I right? Like. What was the difference? They made it like it was some crazy. The question was well asked. We talked about it. We complimented the reporter who did it, right? He asked a great question, and he prefaced it by saying that they had made it public on Instagram or whatever, on social media.
Wasn't outing her.
So I'm not outing you. I'm not speculating, going on any rumors. This was your account that you guys had talked about. And she just came out and said and did what people wanted to do, and that's the end of it. We don't need to ask about it all the time unless they actually get into some argument or something on a spat or something. You know what I mean? That becomes public. But other than that, it's done. And that's all we were asking for. There were people who were against us. I saw it on the comments who thought we were, that it shouldn't be asked, just ask basketball. And you know what? People who say that, I just don't think they really get it. Because people talk about their personal lives all the time, Kelvin. Mm-hmm. About having a baby, this, that.
Right.
That stuff is
just
all out there. Yes. Come
yeah.
on, man. It ain't just basketball. It's not just X's and O's. Anybody who thinks that is being phony and disingenuous. People have issues and things that go on. Maybe it's they missed a game and they say, hey, I'm dedicating this to my grandmother who passed. Is that basketball or is that personal?
Right. I mean, we spent what would that have been? Was that a whole summer talking about Bill Belichick? Right. But it makes sense. It wasn't because of just, he's dating somebody young. It was because you were hearing reports of how she was showing up to practice. You were hearing reports of how, coming from the guy that's king of no distractions, not her distractions. You were hearing reports when he's on interviews. We saw it. I forgot the outlet. Maybe it was CBS. Don't quote me.
CBS.
He's doing the interviews, and she's, we're not doing that. We're not asking that. So these things became very relevant. Nobody was just saying, hey, I heard he went to, STK. That's the restaurant for those who don't know. He went to STK, with his girlfriend for no reason. Like, what? We weren't doing tabloidy stuff. but it was because it was pertaining to how UNC was handling their practices, so on and so forth. So we've done this. And the idea, again, that you have two, star players, potentially faces of the league, and they're dating, and they're on, and Rob, not just they're in the league, they're on the same team.
Right.
We don't have a precedent for this in the NBA. We have it in the WNBA. I mentioned that when we talked about it then. There's been some couple of other examples in the WNBA, and those questions were asked then. But this is unprecedented. We don't have an NFL example, an NBA. So it was something that people are asking. How does this work? How do you how do you handle this? How do you guys handle this dynamic?
Right. We didn't know who Michael Sam was dating at the time. I'm just saying.
We didn't.
Oh, Rob.
Rob, caution.
I'm a fun guy.
What? I'm just saying.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we didn't know. We don't know. I don't know if it was a teammate, and I dang it, it could have been a teammate for long because he didn't last for long in the league. But
you get my point.
I do.
The stuff that's public. And when people talk about their lives or their grandparents or whatever it is, their wife, their kids, whatever, there's more than that. It's not just straight X's and O's, and we don't ask people about their lives, and they don't share information with us about what's going on in their lives.
We do it all the time. And you might, and my point, I mentioned this point, but I want to bring it back to you. Don't you feel like it was, a disservice if you're trying to make it where, hey, if you're in a same-sex relationship, you just, hey, whatever, you're conversing about it. It's no big deal, whatever. Didn't it feel like if that was what you're trying to make, you almost set it back by, we don't want to talk about it. Well, we don't want to, don't answer the question. It's like you almost made it weird. To me, you made it weirder. Like, it's 2026. You made it weirder by, then Paige came out, boom, knocked the question out. It's where we are. It's what it is. We've been doing it for a while. We know how to handle basketball personal. It's what we do. And I don't really want to talk about it no more. I'm ready to hoop.
No doubt. But this was inbounds all the way. Glad that Paige talked about it, and we could go on now from there. So all you people, maybe you still disagree. Maybe you still think it's out of bounds. Do you think it's out of bounds? Maybe you think she should keep it to herself. Are you cool with it? Did you get it? Do you understand it? Kelvin and I thought it was a great opportunity to have her talk and say something there in a situation, and guess what? She wound up doing exactly what we thought. It is The Odd Couple, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. We want to hear from you about this. Where do you stand? Inbounds, out of bounds, care, don't care, that and much more. Again, The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
To see if Kelvin ever shows his face again in the US of A.
That might happen.
Stop it. Where's Jason Smith?
We are Fox Sports.
All right, so getting back to the story we're going to discuss here, The Athletic surveyed 161 active NBA players to get their thoughts.
Diana Rossini didn't have anything to do with this, right? I'm just.
Oh, God.
I just want to make sure.
To get their thoughts on who they believe should win the NBA MVP award. No real surprise at the guy they picked. 39% of the votes went to SGA, more than twice as much as the second-placed finisher, which is Nikola Jokic. The rest of the top five in order. So it's SGA 1, Joker 2, and 3 guys tied for third. Jaylen Brown, Luka Doncic, and Cade Cunningham.
Somebody's missing from that list. Wait a minute.
None other than Rob Parker's favorite big man, the slender assassin himself, Victor Wembanyama.
Everyone knows it's Wemby, except the NBA players.
Finished a distant sixth, only got 5% of the vote. No love for Wemby in the NBA circles.
All right, Kelvin, this is what I talk about all the time.
What's that? What's that, Rob?
The players are jealous. They are always getting in their feelings. They don't want Wemby. We're not pushing him to the front of the line. Not only is he an offensive machine, he plays defense too, and he's not even in the top 5. How could that possibly be that he's not in the top 5? It's because they don't want to crown him. They don't want to say, Wemby, you're that guy. Jealousy reigns supreme. We've talked about it before. 100 some players didn't even vote for LeBron James for an All-Star game. Another 100 people didn't even vote for Kevin Durant. We're talking about 5 or 6 years ago when they were both viable big-time stars still, right? They didn't vote for them. Players can't be trusted. They have skin in the game. Don't ever allow players to vote on anything. They'll never give you an honest view, an honest take. It's Boulder Dash. It's poppycock. How is Wemby not in the top 5? He plays both ends of the court. How many guys today, Kelvin, play both sides of the court? Wemby? Can we say that? Everybody knows it's Wemby. He should be in the top 5. I'm not saying he has to win the MVP. How is he not in the top 5? Ridiculous.
So, look, this isn't quite as egregious as LeBron not getting 100 votes or whatever it was. That's egregious. That doesn't even make any sense. And the only reason why I'll say that, and I'll provide a slight pushback to you, is that Luka has had an amazing season. We've talked about it throughout. SGA is his to lose. Everybody would probably agree on that. And then Joker is Joker the last 5-6 years. He's just been incredible. So, and then Cade at one point in time had the best record in the NBA or right behind the Thunder. So there was a point where you say, man, Cade could honestly be there. So I think the list is a very fair list, which is why I'll push back a little bit on how crazy it is for them to think those other 4 guys could be ahead of Wemby. And why I think this is because of a multitude of things. I think they're looking at his stats a bit and going, well, 24 and 12, that's a bad night for Joker. You know, that's a bad night for a guy like a Giannis or somebody. So I think they're looking at his stats and saying those aren't the most overwhelming stats, but that's not what makes Wemby great. Wemby is giving you these stats, 24, 12, and 3 blocks in 30 minutes. If he was giving you 38 minutes a game, I don't know what his stats would be. Would it be 32, 16, and 6? It'd be, 5 or something. It'd be incredible. But you also mentioned it. I think they are underestimating the other side of the ball. He is about to lead the league 3 years in a row in blocks. His team is 3rd in defense because of him. And when you look at the massive turnaround, Rob, they have 61 wins. That is incredible for a team that was just the reason they got him, because they were so terrible. They had the number 1 pick not too long ago. So for this team to be having a real chance to have taken the number 1 spot in the Western Conference for a very long time, it's not going to happen now. They're 3 games behind. That also should bode well for Wemby. So between what he's providing offensively, especially what he's doing defensively, probably going to be Defensive Player of the Year, and then the fact that his team is sitting at 61 and 19, that is absolutely incredible for an extremely young Spurs team, minus a guy like De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes. So I think he's definitely, in my opinion, in the top 3. But I will say that's a very good group of guys, which is why I think some weren't hating. They just were like, well, shoot, look what Cade did with the Pistons team that's at one point in time was vying to be the number 1 seed, maybe in the NBA for a while, but obviously the Thunder have that. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including our MBA now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. We got to talk some NBA tanking. They got a new solution out there. Do we agree with it? We'll find out in a little bit. We'll get to that. Plus, last call that is coming up as well. So still a lot to get to before we call it a show. Right now, talking about Paige Bueckers. She spoke out about AZ Fudd and her relationship. Rob and I thought it was not taboo or a bad question. They avoided AZ answering it. They kind of took that moment from her. Paige, more senior in the sense that, she's got a year under her belt in WNBA, answers the question, I thought, thoroughly and well. Do you disagree? Do you think it's still off limits? Is it taboo? Do you like how she handled it? 877-99 on Fox. Let's take some calls. Who we got,
All right,
Rob?
let's start with Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre? How are you?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. I'm doing good, and I agree firmly with these reporters asking the relevant and important questions related to these two players and their journey toward the WNBA championship. Yet they have a relationship off the court. That's not the predominant overarching concern or interest. Obviously, it's how they play on the court. But if this is a part of their storyline and narrative, just like it's a part of any other star player storyline and narrative. LeBron James and his wife Savannah, they have a wonderful family. They do all sorts of philanthropic things like the I Promise School in Ohio, and they're a part of all sorts of...
Thank you. We talk about that stuff, don't we? Yes? Dre, did we miss... that was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Sorry about
All right,
that.
what's next?
How about
Who's next?
Kevin in Culver City? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Kev? How are you?
God is good.
All the time.
Hey, this isn't an issue about taboo. This is the LGBTQ league is the WNBA. They've always supported LGBTQ. It's great that they're in a relationship. This is a basketball question about the dynamics of a locker room.
Yes.
And it's not an issue about them being in a relationship. We know that. And I think the thing that people have to understand is it's a journalistic question. So the PR person, when they brushed them off, it wasn't going to be a question about that. And I think when you bring up Aaron Donald with Michael Sam and the whole Rams dynamic when they drafted him, I thought that was a big teachable moment for those players coming up. Michael Brockers, how to work around that. And it showed that they were cool with it. They want to keep it football, keep it 100. Can he play? And guess what happened? They won a Super Bowl, and those guys learned teachable lessons about locker room. And I think in media or sports, everybody makes a big deal about it, but it's not really a big deal. And today it's not a big deal. And just overall in sports, everybody's just cool with that. So with Paige and other players who've been in high-profile relationships, in the WNBA. Angel Reese is going out with Wendell Carter right now. There's a lot of high profile.
Asia Wilson.
Kelsey Plum went out with tight end of the New York Giants, or Darren Waller. So this stuff happens. There's high profile relationships all over the league, and I don't think the question was out of balance with the PR report. And Paige basically said that by addressing it. And, we move on.
I'm going to jump in here, Kevin, and give you an example. How many times did we hear from Asia Wilson towards the end of the season? Asia Wilson and Bam talking about each other.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Oh,
and
how has he helped your game? They've asked her. How does she help yours? What do you guys learn from each other? What do you think? I mean, we literally. And so that's why I told you it gets weird when people get defensive and picky and choosy. Because I can't express how much Bam and Asia I saw, Rob, sitting next to each other in the pressers and all that.
When you got the 80,
she was right there next to him.
She was right there, celebrating, cheering him on, and I saw her all over, So there's definitely different types of dynamics with that in sports. And I remember back in the day when I was coming up, we had Rick Fox going out with Vanessa Williams.
Yep, no, that's real. That's factual.
Yeah, it's all over, and I think the NBA and WNBA has been a great partnership league. Able to
have issues like that and talk about that, and I don't think it's a big deal. And I think, we should just move past that. And I think that PR person needs a one-on-one lesson on how to deal with the press.
100%.
I think they just
100%.
overreacted because she was a rookie.
Yep.
It was her first, presser,
right.
first with the team, Rob. And I thought it was they took that opportunity from her.
Thanks, Kev. Appreciate
it, Kev. Thanks for the call, brother. But anyway, that's why I think, again, going back to Paige, handled it like a pro, and we move on, and now we move on. And so, but I think that's kind of the lesson learned was they made me and you've talked about this on a handful of different topics where it ended up making it a bigger deal by their reaction.
100%. Then it was a bigger story rather than just her talking, and we wound up getting the story anyway. Yep. Right? So you could have just ended it sooner than later. So it's all good. And boy, look at the Sixers are fighting for their lives. They're up by 14 with 2:16 to go in the fourth quarter. They're about to get some free throws, but still 14. It looks like they staved off elimination. I guess they got to lose in Philly.
Joel Embiid, I mean, he's been obviously going through. He had the surgery, and a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a big game. He's got. Last time I looked, he had 32. Right?
Yeah, 33, and believe it or not, 8 assists, only 4 rebounds. But that's kind of odd considering he's one of the biggest humans I've ever been around. But he's 0 for 5 from 3 too. So kudos to him for getting his butt back down there in the block and mid range and you know what I mean, and taking advantage of that because he's 0 for 5 from 3, and he's taking advantage of, teams don't play with size anymore. So go take full advantage of that. And I'm looking at the Celtics side here. Let's see if anybody's Jaylen Brown's struggling. He's 9-23 and a minus 17. So that, that ain't gonna help. They got him today. That's a big win for them. And what is it? This was game 5. So does it go back to Philly? So, maybe Philly feeling like they might be able to do something here.
Boston can win in Philly. I mean, I get
the way they shoot the three.
I get it. Like, it's for your season. So, like, the Pistons going to come out and fight. If the Pistons go down and lose or whatever, it's going to be that would be, I think.
Yeah, you can't
that
lose
would be
4-1.
That would
4-1
be.
is
Am I right?
4-1
That would be
beef.
disappointing. Even to lose. Okay, you would be disappointed being a number 1 seed, but to go out 4-1 and you only had one great second half of game 2, right? Like that would be your only thing that happened in 5 games.
That'd be very disappointing.
Yeah.
And by the way, we talked about this with the Celtics, where I just said it yesterday, where they have those stinkers from 3.
What they shooting?
This isn't the worst, but 11-38, 28%.
There you go. I mean, but they have those nights. We talked about it. The Knicks beat them. They missed 75 threes.
A couple of games, yep.
75 threes.
Yeah. So you got the Sixers who made 37% of theirs, 15. So they got 4 more threes, and they're shooting better, 5 more free throws. So that'll sum it up right there. All right, so we got on the other side, again, the NBA thinks they have a resolution for tanking. Do you like it? What is it? We'll tell you that after you get your update from If It's Bree, It's For We.
What's up, guys? Yes, the 76ers have a 111-96 lead over the Celtics. A minute and a half left to go in the fourth quarter. Joel Embiid showed up. 33 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists in only 39 minutes. On the Celtics side, Jason Tatum had 24 points and 16 rebounds. Jaylen Brown, like you were saying, Kelvin did struggle. 22 points. He was 1 of 4 from three-point range. Right now, the Celtics, it's halftime between the Celtics and Hawks. They have a 64-48 lead over Atlanta. Jalen Brunson has 17 points so far, leading the way for New York. And tipping off here shortly in San Antonio, the Trailblazers are trying to stay alive, so that should be fun. And in Major League, I'm sorry, I'm going to go to hockey real quick. Oh my God. The guys got in my head, okay, you guys? They were like saying comments through the mirrors, and it got me all confused. Okay, so right now, the Bruins and Sabres are tied at 1 goal apiece early in the third period. It is tied at 1 goal apiece between the Wild and Stars. 5.5 minutes left to go in the second period in Major League Baseball. The Braves are on top of the Tigers 3-0. It's the top of the 8th. The White Sox are beating the Angels 3-1. And earlier today, the Phillies did let go of their manager, Rob Thompson, after they started the the season, 19-9. They just shut out the Giants 7-0, and the Cardinals curb stomped the Pirates 11-7. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.
All right, agreed. Thank you. Appreciate it. Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Last call. Coming up here in just a little bit, too. We'll also go back to something we didn't really get a chance to talk about too much, is Pavia signing with the Ravens. We'll hit on that just a little bit as well. But, Shay, I'm going to bring you in. The NBA is talking about they have found maybe a resolution to the idea of tanking, which obviously tank has been going around, Rob, since the beginning. But this year, I think it got exposed for multiple reasons. I personally think when you have 8 teams tanking, and really 9 maybe, but 8 that lost 55 games or more, 8 teams, a quarter of your team, your leagues.
Really bad for the league. There's no doubt about it. And I will say 877-99 on Fox. Let's just get like a mini view of this. We'll give our points of view. And if somebody did want to chime in, 1 or 2 people, we'll take that as well, because this is interesting. Shay, are you going to spell it out for us? And then, Kelvin, you'll get your quick take. I'll get my quick take, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
If you do, if you're a fan and want an NBA fan and you want to jump in.
Yeah, so the NBA has disclosed to its 30 general managers a new anti-tanking draft reform termed the 3-2-1 lottery. So that includes expanding the lottery to 16 teams, flatten odds in a regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams would be penalized with fewer lottery balls for the number 1 pick, starting with the 2027 draft. And that is just speculation and sources. So the lottery proposal would aim to represent the number of lottery balls per team, which expand the lottery from 14 to 16 teams. What do you guys think about this? Is this something that's actually going to impact, or do you think this is just a headline to kind of keep the fans calm?
I think more the latter part. I mean, because ultimately what the challenge the league has is you can't just trade guys, right? Everything has to match in terms and this and money. And so it's hard for places, and a lot of people are saying this about the Pistons, rather saying ain't nobody just coming to the Pistons, right? Free agents. So you got to do it building up through your young people and your drafts and all that. And you suck for a few years, you're bottom, and then you get a Cade, and even then you still lose. Went 17 games a couple years ago, and now things start to turn around. You got good picks, and it happens. So a lot of people are saying the NBA is forced for Utahs and Detroits and and maybe Milwaukee, these places that don't get big free agents. They're saying, well, how else am I going to get better? I have to be bad to get a Cooper Flag, to get a LeBron if you're Cleveland, to get a Derrick Rose, and so on and so forth. So they're saying it's too difficult to get better, and especially now with all the second apron and all that. So I think that's why you're seeing this, and why I think teams have been so blatant and so flagrant more than ever. Like where they already been fined $100,000 of Utah, and you're like, so what? We still about to keep doing it. So with this resolution, yeah, it does prevent folks from being horrible in the sense if you're the bottom 3, and I think you're going to have a bunch of teams competing. But Rob, here's the thing: in a matter of 2 seasons, I believe, right, we're going to have 2 more teams, expansion teams, which means there's going to be more players on other teams, which means there's going to be more teams that aren't really having a chance to compete. And so I just think we're going to be right back in the same place where you're going to have, a quarter of the teams bad, horrible, trying to go get the quote-unquote Cooper Flag of that year. And they'll take their chances with the odds because it's flattened odds now instead of increased odds for those bottom few teams. So I guess I like it, trying to incentivize winning, trying to incentivize competing, all teams can't be great, and you're saying, hey, at least you're putting forth effort, and you're incentivizing that to make the games watchable, palatable for the fans who pay money, for the fans who are paying with their eyeballs and their time. So I guess it makes sense, but I don't know. Tank has been around for years and years and years, and I think it's just part of the game, and it's worth it for teams when they land their Patrick Ewing, like I said, their LeBron, their Cade Cunningham, so on and so forth. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a start. They had to do something because of where we were, right? I kind of had a similar thought. Remember I was saying that if you finish in last place, you're not eligible to get the first overall pick, and maybe, you just can't get the first pick, but you could get the second or third as a way to scare people out of, not wanting to have the worst record and make them want to win, in that situation. So it's a step in the right direction. It was so bad this year. it forced the NBA, just like the 65-game rule. Look at what has been forced onto the NBA, changing decades of tradition because of where the game is. If you don't think that the game is in a bad place, look at all the rule changes and things that they have to do procedural. You know what I mean, Kelvin? Like, you're not doing this just to be doing it. You're doing this because you got a problem in the league.
I mean, shoot, Rob, we can add the All-Star game. We've had to change the All-Star game. It'll be interesting to see what they do with rules with cheating. You know, we didn't even really get to talk about that because all the stuff that came down. You got Damon Jones pleading guilty. So the league. This
I'm glad you
year.
mentioned that. Yeah, because
this was a rough year as far as the black eye on a lot of things. Right, the tanking become a big topic. The love people, how they're watching it. People are saying, just wait till the playoffs because tanking and the conversation around you create the 65-game rule, 66-game rule.
And then you
MVP.
buckle on it right away.
And then you buckle on it, and now it's. So Adam Silver is sitting here. Alex, he talking about, what more do you want from me? Yeah. I mean, he is tired right now.
What more do you want from me?
It's crazy. Let's squeeze in one call on this. I'm interested. Jeffrey in Tucson, Arizona, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What do you think about this tanking rules that Adam Silver has unveiled?
I like it. I like the idea of at least he's finally facing the situation a bit too late. It's too complicated. All you have to do, basically, in my opinion, team that finishes with the third worst gets the first, second gets the second, and the worst gets the third.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not bad.
Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for the call. Appreciate you. Hey, Kelvin.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
No, actually, I'm not mad at that at all.
Right? Like that's it. What lottery? The three worst teams, but it's not that order. Not the worst team doesn't get the first pick.
All right. Because ultimately what you want, Rob, is, look, I mentioned it. Everybody can't be good. Everybody definitely can't be great. But what you want is, hey, at least you're trying. And in that way, you'll say, hey, they're competing. They just don't have a good squad. You know, they're missing a piece or two here or there. And there are a couple of teams like that you know what I mean, that were really fighting, trying to get better. I mean, look at the Hornets. Obviously, they just missed the playoffs to go into play-in. But, you know, you're like, all right, I see what they're doing. I see where they're going. I like their young pieces. Portland happened to, you know, get in, but Portland's got a team like that where they're a nice piece away. They got some pieces you like, you feel good about. So not all teams are tanking. They're just, you know, a little on the totem pole, if you will. But it can't just be where you're flat out taking money from fans. And to your point, we've talked about, at least come out there and say, hey, we're about to be bad this year. We're tanking, and tickets are half off. You know what I mean?
And
Tell
popcorn's
people.
free.
Popcorn's free, and alcohol might be half off because you're going to need it watching us.
Yeah. I like the idea, and everybody can't win. It's that I think you talked about it. It's not about that you have to win a championship for people to feel good about a team. Like they just don't want their season to be over in April. That's why there are moves being made in Boston and Philadelphia, right? It's because it's April. And you're not telling the fan base we're throwing in the towel. We're just going to accept this. We got to do something to get people to feel like we're trying, right? We're trying. Yep. That's all the fan base wants. Are you trying to win? Are you trying to correct something? Are you trying to fix something? Yes, this is unacceptable. We're moving on, and we're trying to get better. And they got examples. Rob Thompson, who just got fired from Philly, he replaced Joe Girardi early in the season, and guess what happened? They went to the World Series that year.
Yeah.
So it can happen.
Right. So, we'll see how it works out. But, again, Adam Silver, my goodness, you brought it up. He's had a lot to do and change in the last year or two. We're going to switch. Okay, wait, switch this. Okay, switch that. Change that. They're happy with that? He's like he's licking his finger, Rob, sticking in the air. Where's the wind blowing? Where's the wind blowing? What are they liking? All right, last call.
I think
877. Go ahead.
I think we need to also, like you mentioned it, I think we should also, the Damon Jones, us
pleading guilty.
Yeah, we need to touch on that too as well. We'll do that.
We'll touch on that. 877-99 on Fox. Last call. Want to hop in? It's your chance to do so. It's the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday, Fox Sports Radio.
But Rob G, the Texans have been they just spent some big money, and maybe they're sending a message to somebody else in the process.
Yeah, that's right. Big news of the day. You guys have talked about it earlier, and if you're missing any part of Bree's award-winning updates.
If it's Bree, it's for me.
I'm going to remind y'all that the Houston Texans just made pass rusher Will Anderson the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. 3 years, $150, $134 million guaranteed. But that's not it. They paid him. They've paid a lot of dudes this offseason, all right? First off, starting off with Dalton Schultz got himself an extension. Danielle Hunter, the other pass rusher, 1 year, $40 million tacked on. That's Rob Parker money. All right. They made their kicker the highest paid kicker in the league.
I wish.
They paid 2 offensive linemen, one of them in free agency, one of them their own guys. So they're spending a lot of money this offseason on every position but one. CJ Stroud eligible for a big contract extension. They're going to wait on that. They picked up his 5th-year option. His future, though, still TBD.
You want to go, Rob?
You can go ahead.
All right, paper, rock, scissors. Ready?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. I want you to start.
No. I'm just going to say, I think it's like this. I think he has played himself out of the big money. Usually guys play themselves in, right? You had a great year or two, or unexpected year, or you got hot, or you had an MVP candidate type of year. CJ Stroud has done the opposite of what you would want to do. He started at the top. He's almost like an artist who dropped that classic first album and then it's downhill from there. And that's unfortunately what CJ Stroud has done is he came out hot, white hot. You always like to bring up people who are like, oh, the Texans, sexy Super Bowl pick. He's an MVP pick. And it's been downhill. The year after his first year, set a career high in 12 interceptions.
And you have to admit, I did say that he's the weak link going into the play. I was like, I just don't feel comfortable with him.
Yeah, and he earned that for you to have those doubts. And so you can't just play bad in the regular season and double it by playing even worse in the postseason. And now, Rob, it's been 2 consecutive years of his play going down. So it's no longer just, hey, he had a sophomore jinx, rough year, but teams got a hold of him a little bit. He bounced back year 3. No, it's been 2 years of downplay, especially looking like a deer in headlights in the postseason. So what I think they're going to do, Rob, is say we're going to build around this defense, which has been great the last few seasons. DeMeco Ryans, shout out to him as a great defensive coach, head coach, but especially on the defensive side. And I think they're going to come back and offer CJ Stroud something like 3 years, $100 million. And that sounds like a lot, but if you look at where that would place him, Rob, that place him right around 17th-ish in the league, behind a Baker Mayfield, right around a Sam Darnold, and ahead of a Malik Willis, who's making $22.5 this upcoming season. So I think they're going to offer him some starter money, some you still got something to prove money, and a short enough contract for him where if he balls out for a couple of seasons, 2-3 seasons, he can get that big one later. And I think they're just going to build around the defense and say this will be our staple, which will always keep us in a season, keep us in a game. But I think he's not getting a big paycheck from them because he's played himself out of it, but they're going to offer him second level, those last, 2/3 of the last third or so starter money in the NFL. That's what I expect to happen.
Let me tell you something. This is the guy who had the nerve, the audacity after one season to say he was the second best quarterback in the league behind Patrick Mahomes. Remember that? Sitting on the couch like the guys in Animal House, thinking that he had arrived or whatever. Mm-hmm. All they needed him to do last year was to be Brad Johnson. That's it. Uh-huh. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up. You don't even need to be great. Don't mess it up. He turned the ball over more times than a bakery. I mean, it was ridiculous. And you got to remember this. Even in the game against the Steelers, he had all those fumbles that they were lucky to get back. Like he had 5 fumbles and they only lost 2 of them, so it didn't look as bad as it could have been. And then the interceptions, and then he was bad. And for them, considering where he started, as you said, at the top after year 1, where everybody was picking the Texans to go to Super Bowl and whatnot, for them not to pick up his contract, you know what I mean, and cash him out, that speaks volumes. And they're not convinced, and they're not going to do it because if you wait and he balls out, it's going to cost you, right? So you could get it for less now. You could be thinking you're coming off 2 bad years, so we might be able to get a hometown discount because you're desperate and you know you haven't played well and you're going to take a little less. Mm-hmm. And they still would rather not do that. That speaks volumes.
Closing time. Fox Sports Radio. The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday. You guys had a great Trash Talking Tuesday, by the way. Shout out to all of you who called in. If you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the pod, rate it 5 stars, review, all that good stuff. That's right, do it. Again, just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you're going to find today's full version of it, also a best of version, right after we get off the show with all that yakety yak. By the way, Shay, we mentioned it a little bit in the last segment. Damon Jones of the NBA is pleaded guilty to those gambling charges. And obviously, this is a really big deal. He becomes the first to plead guilty in his latest NBA gambling scandal. Could this be the kind of the chip that, a lot of the first domino, I should say? In this case, we'll have to wait and see. But give us some of the details, please.
Yeah, you said it. The main headline: the latest NBA scandal has resulted in its first guilty plea. So, former NBA player and assistant coach Damon Jones has admitted to conspiracy to commit wire fraud. He used insider information from his time around the league, including details tied to players like LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Jones is also facing charges connected to an alleged rigged poker scheme, making this case even broader than the original thought. Sentencing is set for January 6, 2027, with guidelines calling for 21 to 27 months in prison. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it, Kelvin, that, for the NBA, this is bad. Mm-hmm. And we understand the temptation about people who are around the game being able to make money off of it, having inside information. This is not going to be isolated. And it's interesting that, usually they'll accept a plea if you help them with some names or some other stuff. You know what I mean? I know nobody wants to feel like they're snitch or whatever, but you know how these things work. You might get a little lighter sentence if you give us a little information or somewhere to dig a little bit. You know what I mean? If this is going on.
There with him, Rob, there's a bunch of text messages they already have. They already have a lot of stuff. There's no, I ain't do it.
No. They had it. They have everything. Right.
When the feds come, that ain't just a regular old sheriff around town who you can maybe finagle and work some things around, and he might not have the greatest investigators. When the feds come knocking, what's their? I think they're like 90% or 90-something% when they don't come for no reason.
They lose once in a while, but it doesn't normally happen.
They will wait years. They will wait a long time. Make sure that all the ducks are in a row, facts are straight, and so you kind of get put in the position, Rob, where you're like, all right. Either I'm going to have to hope for some fluky hung jury type thing, or, I'm going to have to see this plea. And they might, I don't know, obviously we don't know the details of it, anything. But, so they come to you and say, hey, look, man, you got to sit down, do 5. Do 5 now. Or if we go through everything, you're looking at 20. What you doing, Rob?
I'm doing 5, I think.
You know what I mean? Especially if 1,000% you did it. Not like I kind of sort of did it, or I felt like I was lured in and I didn't know. And if you know you did it and a whole lot of doing it, and they come with the here go. When they show your phone, here go the text, here go the emails, here go to this, here go to that, here's the pictures, here's the audio,
right?
Here's the wires, the taps. So you want to fight us, or you like, all right. After, you got all that.
But it's scary though for the NBA. You got to admit that. Just that the scope of it and this whole idea. Remember, Adam Silver was the big proponent of gambling.
Yeah, and this is what makes it weird, Rob. The two names before we ever got to Damon Jones and before we got to Chauncey was Terry Rozier and Malik Beasley. Remember that?
Yep.
And then they both got off.
No. I think Terry Rozier, they're still working on him. Beasley's the one that I think that they.
Well, the NBA's investigation, I thought,
but I don't.
Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier, I think he
might still be in some federal
thing. I've seen his name still mentioned.
But the league, and I told you then, I thought they were just trying, like they didn't want to have mounting things. So it was like literally the day. Remember, it was the day they dropped the news about Beasley. That same day they cleared Terry Rozier. I'm looking that up right now to make sure I'm right. But Terry Rozier was initially here it is. So Terry Rozier was initially cleared by an NBA investigation regarding unusual betting back in March. Yeah, so
by the league, but not by the feds.
Yes. So current status is, despite the legal issues, Rozier won a salary dispute to receive his salary, and while initially placed on leave, he was later cut by the Heat, obviously this month, amid the ongoing legal issues. So following an FBI investigation, Rozier was arrested in October. He's kind of, the league has cleared him. He's got his money back for the season, but they released him. The Heat released him. So
how weird is that? How weird is that the league cleared him and that he still got a federal case pending?
And that's where I think, so the same day that he got cleared is because they knew the Malik Beasley was coming. So they didn't want to have two, names in the league, not stars, but names in the league caught up in all of this. Coming off of the Porter kid, Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, coming off of that, I just think they didn't want back-to-back-to-back, seasons and big stories. And then you got the, what's happening with the kid in college football we're going to talk about probably tomorrow. So it's just, you and I have been on top of this gambling conversations.
And it ain't going nowhere.
And you beat me to it. We both said this is only going to get worse. And I believe, Rob, especially for college kids, I think it's only going to get worse for them. And we'll talk about it some more in depth. So good show. Appreciate it, y'all.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?